all blue uniforms with the dark helmets. Love those white face masks on the dark helmets. Really makes them stand out. And we are just about ready. And Lane, led by their head coach, has made their appearance on the field. Now, we'll have halftime stats for you, and we'll give you some stats from the quarters. And remember, Jarek Gaston will open up 39 for 65 passing at quarterback for the Dragons. Lane head coach Byron Brown, assisted by Tommy Lewis Jr., Sean Brown, John Carter, Jarrell Cogman, P.J. Jack, and also Keon Sweeney. Or Keon Sweeney. I will get names right. Lane won this football game last year. It was played on September 30th at Panther Stadium. They won 34-24. And the kick returner, usually they try to have Anthony Evelyn, the senior, receive it. Let's see who comes out for Lane. Little different situation for me today. Press boxes in Memphis at Crump Stadium, not quite as big, and so we'll depend on the Lane stat crew for a lot of our stats today, and it will be a dandy one. They do such a good job. Anthony is back deep. Be three up in front of him, and it's going to come down to one of the up men. That's Kalen Dewey. Dewey will get it out to about the 32, maybe the 33. We'll see where the official spots it. Lane College will go on offense first. Let's see who comes out there for them. We've told you what the projected starting lineup was. Let's see if we were right. Dewey is out there wearing number 10. Quarterback, Jarek Gaston. Go with an H-back. That is Mammon. One wide out to this side, a slot man. Gaston stepped up. They're going to try Dewey on first down. Nice fake after it by Gaston. Now a host of Clark Atlanta, and you know what Dewey did? He kept running, got a little bit of the Eagles tush-push, if you like to call it that, Eagles being the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm going to tell you what, a nice gain. Ball from the third, let's see. I think the change may have moved. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. It was a gain of 2. Second and 8. Man in motion. They're going to run the jet sweep to the right side. This is Anthony, and he gets hit and driven back. So no gain for Anthony. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Actually lost a little yardage. Lane in a passing situation. You see Gaston and Dewey back in the backfield. Trips left. of the lane formation. 4 rushing down linemen. Nice pass across the middle, and that is complete to Charles Barbarian. Wears number 16. That's a first down for Lane. Flushed out of the pocket, Gaston is running under duress, unloads it, and a wise decision, throws it out of bounds. It's now 1 for 2 passing. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line, wide side of the field to the left, where Carl Pitts has checked in at the wide out to this side. 2 receivers to the right of the formation against the 4-down lineman. Linebacker looks like he wants to come, or is that the strong safety? We'll have to check it. Walked up there. Play changed. They're going to try Dewey. Good blocking. He hits the B gap. He's got a first down and more across the 40, the 30, the 20, and run out of bounds at about the 12. We'll see where the spot of the football is. Here's a replay. Watch him cut. It finds the hole, accelerates, and a second first down for the Dragons. This one by run. Football will be plunked down on the 15. It'll be 1st and 10. Lane can get a first down. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff to Dewey. Dances his way from the B gap all the way across the 10. And you can see the soccer goal markings. He's down there close. A nice gain. Big pickup by Dewey on that play. It's now 2nd down. And he looks like he got about 6, maybe 7. So it's 2nd and 4. Now whistles blow. Let's see if the dreaded flag is on the field. We're looking at the official. Do not have the official's name. We'll love to. These gentlemen look like they're in good charge of the game. A little illegal procedure movement. That'll be Lane's first penalty. But it hurts the cause because it moves it back 5 yards. Makes it 2nd and about 8 after the nice gain by Dewey. Looks like Anthony and Pitts are going to come to the left of the formation. That's Anthony Evelyn. Young man would love to hear his last name, but he's such a nice young man. Handoff over the C gap. It's broken out there. Carrying people down across the 10. Good running play there. And in the ball game, a very fine runner in his own right, Ike Brown, with a nice gain. Play being signaled in. Brown gets it to where it's 3rd and 1. We're in 4-down territory. 11:26 in counting left on the clock. You see our clock there. You'll have one at the bottom of the screen the whole time. Got a wide out to the right. We're tighter to the left with 2 blockers. Of course, one of them is Anthony Evelyn. That fake the jet sweep, run the misdirection, and counter play to Dewey. And we should have the first down by run, which would be the 3rd first down. You'll get to see a great replay here in a moment. It was 3rd and 2. It's 1st and goal. First and goal for the Dragons. There will be a little bit of change. There will be more men. There will be a bunch of folks. And here is the fake on the jet sweep. Aston keeps it. And again, there's a whole bunch of Panthers from Clark in there. Gaston moves the stakes about 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and goal from approximately the 4. Here's the handoff. Dewey tries it. He goes in standing up at the 10-minute mark. First quarter. Dewey goes in. We'll get a replay of that score. The all-important extra point. And we're going to give him 4 yards. We'll see if the stat people agree with us. It was the mark. It was in between the hash marks. Great job by Lane College coming out very explosive here early in the ball game.
10 minutes in the first quarter, and
Now Ortiz is the normal kicker. We'll see. That looks like his 39 jersey. Gaston to hold. You see the official signaling. Those wind blockers are very important. You see the legs will be interlocked. Ortiz to try the extra point. Very fine young kicker. The kick is up. It is good, and Lane has taken a 7-0 lead here on the Jackson Energy Authority broadcast. We'll be back after this timeout.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E+ Broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E+ Broadband. Thank you, E+ Broadband.
Good drive by the Dragons, mostly positive yardage, only a penalty, and one jet sweep that got held up. Ortiz, the sophomore from California, to kick, and we'll see. We'll try to pick up. They don't think he's going to kick it deep. Gets nice end over end, but it'll be fielded about the 38, starting towards the middle of the field. And being tackled there, a nice tackle by 2 of our young men. And we got a little hitch in our get-along, meaning we're limping a little bit. That was Young on the return then, Virgil Young. Tackle by Keyshawn Lawrence. And here comes Clark Atlanta for their first time with the football. Now they're going to move the ball 5 yards forward. Very interesting. So there was a penalty. And actually, Clark will start at Lane's 49. Quick out, one-man screen. Nice tackle, getting down there. For us is 26. And wouldn't you know that he's not on my starting chart here. And we'll pick that up and get it. But a great tackle there. Gain of about 3. Man in motion to the left where there's now 3 receivers. Again, they try this one, a 3-man version of the screen. I believe he'll be close to a first down. It'll depend on the spot. Boy, it's going to be 3rd and a short one's what I've got. And it is a short one. They go straight up the middle. And bursting through for the initial first down for Clark. That one by run. That was Pender, who's their leading rusher. First and 10 from in lane territory. Ball on the 38, wide side of the field to the right with a stack. There'll be 3 receivers over this way as they send a man in motion. Ball snap, Pender protecting, ball thrown low. Intended for Harris of Clark. So after 2 completions, an incompletion thrown there. David Wright, the quarterback. That's David Wright, the 3rd for Clark Atlanta. Deep pattern. He's flushed out of the pocket, and Lane has put some serious heat into that backfield. Devon Irving, the weak side linebacker from Union City, Georgia, all over him, and a great tackle there. It's going to be in good coverage by the Lane secondary. Loss of about 5, approximately 5. Wright has signaled in from the sideline to him. Empty backfield, 3 receivers, actually 4 to the right. Here comes the lane rush. They're pushing. And a great effort. The stretch of the long arm, and it's not the law, but big number 99, Robert Brown, 5'11", 290, the sophomore from San Francisco, California. It is a punting situation. Anthony Evelyn will go back to receive this. He's going to set up at about his 19. He's looking for a little instruction right now. He comes up to the 20. Cabrera does a lot of their kicking. I did not get to see his number. Great rush by Lane. I think they touched the football. No, the official's going to throw the flag. We caught it a little rooster. I won't call it fighting, but grabbing there the jersey. Now, things you have to look at, and if we get the replay, we'll look and see if somebody blocked him into him. And we don't. We usually do, but sometimes with there's a yellow flag on the field, and it could easily be against the Dragons. We hope not, because we've got the football.
We're on the replay?
Okay, we do have the replay. Our crew is super, folks. You never watch this, and let's see if anybody was blocked in. He fumbled it. They didn't block him into, but when you hit him or fall into it, when he fumbles it and picks it up like that, that makes him a runner, and I think that's what the discussion is. Is the flag legit, or do they need to pick it up? Referees are the only ones that know. They're the men in charge, and there's a good shot of them talking about it. Coaching staff conferring, and I tell you what, they point, they pick up the flag, and it'll be Lane football, 1st and 10. Lane leads in this contest 7-0. And this looks like an official's timeout. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a short timeout, and we'll be back with more Lane College football.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center. We specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E Plus Broadband. Thank you, E Plus Broadband.
We are back here, exciting contest. The collegiate game takes more timeouts than we do in high school football. Coach Joe Holloway here calling the game for you. JEA, Jackson Energy Authority, bringing you this with the production by Worthy Road Studios and the Ball Game Blitz, and we've got an outstanding crew here. The pictures will be outstanding. Lane came into this game 1-2, all games on the road. This one's kind of a neutral site, but yet it's home site, and you can see the great banners, home of the Lane College Dragons, and we are very proud of that team. 100 years of football, and like I said, I'm going to tease you a little bit. Ask me about the 47 team. Ask me about Coach Neil McCall, who used to coach here. But right now, we've got our own fine young head coach, and that being Byron Brown. He is assisted ably. The defensive coordinator is Tommy Lewis Jr., and, of course, offensive coordinator is Sean Brown. And here comes Clark out there. We'll tell you about both these coaching staffs in a few moments, but we're ready to play a little football. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of Lane College.
Quite a few, he has some that like seaweed, kind of like a King Tire ones, but it looks similar but different.
Teddy Keaton, the head coach for Clark Atlanta. Lane comes with two wideouts to the right, a single wideout to the left, the H-back or wing-back more positioning this time. He kind of posts up, slipping out of there is our quarterback. And Gaston did a great job because they had the rush on, and he slipped under it and got through there. Jared Gaston, he's a redshirt senior from Memphis, Tennessee, so he's playing in front of his home crowd. He's had he's 1 for 1 or 1 for 2 actually passing. And that big first down pass. Runs this team quite well. Looks like Jeremiah Santel to the far right. Carl Pitts here to the left. Dewey in the backfield along with Gaston. Now shifting sides is Zarek Williams, who can play tight end or H-back. They send the man in to block the wide out or the wing. Nice running play by Dewey. He's going to get at least 5, maybe 6 yards. We'll see where the spot is. It's about 5.5. Watch this replay. You see 83. Pull out there and kick a man out. And watch Dewey keep his good running backs, keep those feet moving. We're going to give him 5, although he's probably got more than that. Unofficially, he's got about 57 yards and 4 carries, including that big 40-plus yard run. Comes down to 4-man front with a linebacker walked up. 3 receivers to the left. Anthony Evelyn is the most inside man. 1 receiver to the right, no tight end this time. Here comes the rush. Gaston stands in there and just missing. Number 5 for us. And good coverage by Atlanta Clark. And that'll bring up 4th down. Punting situation, Ortiz usually handles all of the kicking chores. You'll see the 3-man wall, not the traditional long punt type blocking. 2 wideouts to the right to keep them honest. They send 2 people out there to cover our gunners. See if they get a rush or if they just check the kicker. 2 men back for Clark Atlanta. They're not rushing. They're setting up a return. Ball comes down to the 33. It's fumbled. It's kicked by accident. Who's going to get on it? It looks like Clark. is going to get on it, and I'm going to tell you what, Clark owes that young man a whole lot. Looked like number 4, Jamel Jones, got on it. And Lane will go on defense. It'll be 1st and 10 for Clark Atlanta. And the spot of the football will be at the 18-yard line. Both teams waiting. We'll check and see, and we got to get used to the rhythm of this to see if it's really a timeout. Long possession, 82 yards away from pay dirt. Teams are still talking, and I tell you what, we've got time for a short timeout here on the JEA Network.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center. Our clinic is unique because it offers oral surgery suites, general dentistry suites, as well as a fully run operating room. E-Plus Broadband has never let me down. The reps that actually gave me their personal phone numbers, they definitely were compassionate. They knew that some of the technical terms they were using I couldn't understand, and they broke them down to me, and I thought this went a long way. Thank you, E-Plus Broadband.
And we are back after a timeout. Lane leading 7-0 with 4:20 to go in the first quarter over Clark Atlanta. And, of course, Teddy Keaton is the head coach for Clark. He's talking to his troops. And this is an officials timeout. You have more of those, or media timeouts. See Ortiz working with the kicking net a little bit. I don't think he was happy with his punt. We got a good result out of it because good coverage by Lane and knocked it out of his hand. I don't think he really had a good grip on it. And if it hadn't been for Jamal Jones saving it for them, who is listed as athlete for Clark, Lane had a shot at it. And, of course, Clark now called Clark Atlanta, but I've been in broadcast a long time. It used to, they were just Clark University. Lane, of course, Lane College Dragons, named for Isaac Lane, or Bishop Isaac Lane. Let's give you the whole story on that. A fine man who decided there was a need in education. And like I said, a very historic university. The Lane College Dragons here on Jackson Energy Authority. And we'll have some more of Lane College's coverage. A couple of really great pressures and sacks the last time by our defense. Pender in the backfield, along with Wright, their quarterback. 2 receivers to the left of the formation. 1 right. Press coverage on one side, backed off on the other. They changed the play. Linebackers creep up in there, and they're not coming. It's a 4-man rush with a lot of heat. Pass in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Harris. Two for 4 now, passing unofficially. And remember, all of my stats today are unofficial. We'll get stats from Lane's fine stat crew at the end of each quarter and at halftime. Nice run coming up across the 25. And a change in running backs. That was Elijah Crockett, a senior. Crockett with a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 1. Ball at the 27-yard line. Wide side of the field to the left. Slot right. Lane's linebackers come up. They give. Crockett's met in the backfield. And if we can see that young man down at the bottom, I know one happy young man is number 13 on our roster. That is Gator, Tyshawn Gator from Sparkman, Alabama. And loss of a couple of yards. Great defense, and you know that brings up the infamous 4th down. Fourth and a long 3 or a short 4, depending on how you want to look at it. Anthony Evelyn goes back for Lane. Cabrera usually doing the punting, still hasn't seen his number. This one not as good a foot in, but it's going to take a bounce for Clark Atlanta. And Anthony Evelyn, very smart move to back off of it as you see Clark Atlanta down it. But that means the Dragons get the football in very good position. Looks like they're going to plunk it down on the 43, and that's one of my favorite words is to say plunk. That means they put it down. Good field position inside the soccer circle. If you wonder what the H is for on the field, that's for high school. Is Memphis Central, the Warriors here, was the first high school in Memphis, or at least that's what they tell me, and I've had to play against them when I was still coaching. This is the Memphis Central Warriors. They have an H on their helmet instead of Central or W or number. But we will be waiting. It'll be Lane College's football. From their own 43, wide side of the field will be to the left. 2:55 to go with the clock arrested in this quarter. And I tell you what, the officials are getting water, so maybe we better take a timeout with the officials.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E+ Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E+ Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries. Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E+ Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E+ Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
We are back on Lane College football, brought to you by Jackson Energy Authority. You will see replays of this contest by Jackson Energy Authority several times. Clark Atlanta, obviously out of Atlanta, trailing the Lane Dragons 7-0. Dewey with the big touchdown run. And we see Gaston come back out there with Dewey. And we'll check and make sure that it is Dewey. A little bit of delay there, but getting back, and then a host of Clark tacklers. I know for them, one of the men was big number 99 for them. That's a huge guy. Marcus Sherman. There were two others. I don't know who will get the assist. They mark it up as no gain, so it makes it 2nd and 10. Here's the jet sweep to the left. Anthony Evelyn trying to skirt and get some yardage. He's going to pick up maybe a tough 1 or 2 yards. And it looks like they're going to spot it for a gain of almost 2. Brings up a big 3rd down. 3rd and approximately 8. Ball closer to the left hash marks. Remember, Lane's going right to left on your screen. 2 receivers, kind of a 3 actually. They've got a close to a bunch formation. 1 running back, that's Dewey. He goes out on a circle route or a wheel. Thrown up in the air. This one's going to be picked off. And no, they say he did not hold it. Good double coverage that time. They knew or read the defense right. The safety dropped back there. And, of course, the defensive back did a very good job. That was Somerset for them. And it'll bring up a punting situation. Ortiz on to punt for Lane. They're showing rush. They're down. Let's see if they come. No, it's just a check it out, make you get rid of it, don't run it. Nice spiral, but it kicks back in Clark Atlanta's favor. We got down there quick, but it's going to kick back to about the 30. Maybe they'll put it down to 29. I have a term I use, left foot, right foot spot, and they're going to give it a right foot spot. It's going to start at their own 30. And as you listen to me broadcast, you'll learn a lot about whether I agree with the call or not. Wright brings his team out. We'll check and see. It looks like Pender's back in the pistol for him. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. We send 3 linemen hard rushing. Pender's going to get a nice gain, and he got a head of steam up. Trayvon Pender on first down with a nice gain. About 7. They're going to throw the quick look in. It'll be a first down football fumble, but Clark picked it up. Completion into Lane territory. They're going to say the ball was down at the 49. That's where 1st and 10. Clark Atlanta will start with 2 receivers to each side. Lane's got 2 down linemen, stand-up defensive end, a couple of linebackers dancing up in there. Here's the snap. It's pass all the way. And let's meet at the quarterback, and the first man to hit him is 99. And you know I love that number 99. And Lane fans should too. What a great job that young man does. And I'm kind of spoiled used to my spotting charts, but we'll try to get it loose where I can see it. Big loss on the play. And that's going to end the quarter. I knew they were holding for that. At the end of 1 quarter of play, the Lane College Dragons 7, Clark Atlanta Panthers nothing. Let's take a time out on the JEA Lane and Worthy Road Studios network.
Every 3 years, the American Public Power Association recognizes public power companies that demonstrate proficiency in reliability, workforce development, safety, and system improvements. The recognition, RP3. The highest level RP3 is the Diamond RP3. In 2023, JEA's Electric Division received the Diamond RP3 award for the 8th consecutive time. This never happened before, but it's JEA today. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation every 2 years does an unannounced on-site review to evaluate every facet of a water system. Inspection includes real-time water sampling, records reviews, personnel training, certification, and more. A perfect score is $5.99. For the 3rd consecutive inspection, covering the last 6 years, the Jackson Energy Authority water system achieved a perfect score. $5.99, 100%, 3 consecutive times. That seldom happens, but it happened now at JEA today.
Coming back after the end of the quarter, we'll switch into the field. Lane leads 7-0, have possession of the football. And we are awaiting our first quarter stats. We are back at timeout, taking a little longer between quarters, and we are still awaiting our stats. Now, we're supposed to change ends of the field, and they will. The football will stay there. Proper mechanics by the officials. You see both teams out there. Again, we're playing at Crump Stadium in Memphis on an overcast day. "75 degrees is what we have at Memphis, cloudy. Low today is only going to be 61. There's been a ton of rain from the hurricane, but this is an AstroTurf field. Appreciate all the help Roger Ogden has given us, the assistant athletic director. Also, Darlette Samuels, good friend Bill Hamilton, reached out to Darlette. She gave us some help with this broadcast, part of the great team at Lane. And we are still waiting. These are longer than we're used to, of course. Chris, myself, Billy, we all work a lot of high school. And our replay operator, Par Excellent, I don't get to work with her very often, though. She works another broadcast, Worthy Road Studios. And, of course, JEA does high school football also with the great Steve Bowers, play-by-play, and my old running mate, Milt Canterman. We're ready to play football, and they did not swap. Interesting. Well, actually, they've got the stakes marked off. I must have missed a penalty somewhere. We'll see what's up. Trips left, one receiver. Usually that is Evelyn to the right. Stepping up, Gaston Smart steps up in the pocket, hits his man at about the 48-yard line. And we'll get a replay on this one for sure. Nice pitch and catch there. Well, let's see now. Discussion going on. Wow. This is interesting. The important thing is to locate where the down marker is. Still showing first down because we are not 100% sure. We'll look for a signal from the officials. And if we have time, I'll try to go over some NCAA versus high school rules differences. And there are several. I've got a personal foul against Lane. And we've changed sides of the field now. Down marker will stay where it is until moved by the officials. Lane's defense comes on the field, which means there was a fumble. And plus, they're going to mark off some yardage penalty-wise. Interesting. Let's watch that.
To save it because we didn't get the ball. So you can delete it.
We're back here with it in their best field position for Clark Atlanta. They're in Lane territory at the Lane 30. And I think Coach Brown wants to talk to the white hat, and he deserves an explanation. So we're going to stop action again. They're going to move the sticks. The only thing that I'm pretty sure of is it's 1st and 10 for the Panthers from Clark, Atlanta. And we're going to take a timeout here while they sort things out. Let's take that timeout on JEA and Lane football.
While many cities in Tennessee now actively work to get broadband, Jackson, Tennessee in 2004 built what big communication companies would not build here. Jackson became Tennessee's first fiber-to-the-home city. In addition, Jackson has had for years the point-to-point infrastructure for gig internet. How many gig do you need? How many will you need in the future? It doesn't matter. Jackson doesn't wait. The capacity is already here and has been for years with E+ broadband and JEA Today. Jackson organized in 1822, went nearly 50 years without a collective utility. But in 1871, the Citizens Gas Light Company offered manufactured gas. Railroads brought in coke, a form of coal burned in ovens located where the AMP is today. Stored in above-ground tanks, they carried the gas through wood pipes downtown. Lamplighters would fire up the streetlights at dusk. Part of the gas company building is still visible at the farmers market today. Citizens Gas Light Company, the first step toward JEA Today.
The explanation we were given, there was a reception with a steal of it. You can call it an interception. We'll see which way the official scorer scored. Then there was some extracurricular activity after the play, and it cost Lane not only loses the football, but they lose the yardage on a penalty, and we're coming out of an official's timeout. And I don't blame you. You see that picture down there? Let's see if we can get Coach Brown talking to the officials. And he is a very smart young man. I like the way he does business. And there he's walking. You see him walking back into the picture. And we're going to play football. Nothing's going to change, but I'm with you, Coach. 14:49, 1st and 10. Now they have it officially plunked down on about the 33-yard line. I think we've even got that settled. Wright hands off to Pender, and he bursts through a hole, and he has got his first down and more. A couple of Lane guys hit him, but he'll get down to about the 5 or 6 yard line. So a 32-yard pickup and another running first down. Wright is your quarterback. Wears number 1 for them. Likes to throw the football. It's 1st and goal from the 6. They fake it. He's got time, finds a man in the end zone, and hits the receiver in the back of the end zone. Touchdown. It's 7-6 with the extra point to be attempted. Delancey Tolliver with the catch. And we'll have the extra point. Cabrera, I believe, is the extra point man. We finally get a look at his jersey, and it is. The kick is up. The officials have signaled good, and this ball game is knotted at 7 on the Lane College football, brought to you by JEA and Worthy Road Studios. Let's take a timeout.
The Citizens Gas Light Company brought electricity to Jackson to generate power for new streetlights downtown. 1887, the Weston C. Wig reported, the engine started, the large wheels revolved, causing the dynamo to generate the electric current. The new light was greeted with shoutings and applause. Electric usage spread. The electric company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company, generating power for trolley cars and more. Another step toward JEA Today. Keeping utilities in service requires continued investment and maintenance. In 2024, JEA began changing relief valves on the 10 main ProGas propane tanks. This process is undertaken every 10 years to ensure that these essential relief valves are current and functioning, providing utility service that's safe and reliable, a key part of JEA Today.
back after the touchdown pass and catch. And we are waiting kickoff, as there's always more time in a college game for those of you that are used to the high school games. I tell you what, Chris, have we got the last replay that we could play? If we don't, it's okay. I just thought it might entertain the fans. And here comes the ball game blitz replay. It'll be the touchdown pass from Wright to Tolliver. Looks like it's intended for one man, but Tolliver in the back of the end zone beating our coverage. That made it 7-6. The extra point by Clark Atlanta was good at 7-7. 14:07 to go. Lane will be receiving the kickoff. And last year this game was white knuckler, slobber knocker, won by Lane down in Atlanta. Coaching staff, I'm sure, right now making adjustments on the coverage. Because that one, we had a man in the same area code, but not close enough to make a play. Lane looked like they had things going quite well, and then a turnover. Carrera to kick it off. Anthony Evelyn will be the deepest man. In front of him will be Dewey. Here's the kick. They wanted to kick away from it. It carried deep enough. Anthony Evelyn's got it across the 10, the 15. He's missed there. The 25, the 30, the 40, the 45. High stepping. He'll be pushed out of bounds and Clark Atlanta territory. Anderson pushing him out for Clark Atlanta. Great return. Let's watch this replay of Anthony Evelyn, the 185 senior from Atlantic Beach, Florida. Lane College sets up with excellent field position. This time it'll be at the Clark Atlanta. They say he stepped out at the 40, well, were they putting it closer to the 46 or 7? Let's see what they plug it at. The 46. Way to go, gentlemen. You did good with that placement. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. Ball on the Clark Atlanta 46. Wide side of the field to the right. One receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Gaston in the backfield gets the snap, hands off over the B gap, and running hard with the football is Kylan Dewey, the redshirt junior. Dewey with a positive gain of about 2.5 yards. We'll see it on replay. We're ready for action again. 2nd and 7, so we'll change it. They gave him 3. Stake doesn't look like that. They were in the neutral zone, they being Clark. Let's see, the flag goes down, the lobbed up in the air. A lot of body contact, but probably nothing, and I think we'll do this play over again. Checking out, let's see, with the flag is down, came from an area I didn't think it would come from because they were clearly into the neutral zone. 5 is marked off. That will erase the incompletion, and it'll make it 2nd down and about 4 yards to go. Jarrett Gaston, the quarterback, gets his play, gives to Dewey. Dewey breaks one tackle, drags some people forward. He's got the 1st down. He's across the 35. We'll see where they put it down. There's a Lane helmet off, so that means one young man, Dewey himself, will have to, and they may have blown it dead where the helmet came off. Let's see what they do. They plunk it down about the 34, so I'll pick up a 5. $33, LaMarcus Kenny. He's in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. A little hard count, trying to draw them off. You've got to love our quarterback, this redshirt senior, Jarek Gaston. Does a good job running this ball club. 3 receivers again to the left. Here comes the 4-man rush. Good blocking. Springs through the hole. And if it hadn't have been for 0, and I guarantee you right now, number 0 is the hero down, and that's Cameron Ivey. And that's a pickup of about 7.5 yards. Second and 3. Empty backfield. There's got to be a flag on that one. We go for the end zone, and I'm not so sure about that one. Depends on the official's interpretation. The coverage, the quarterback didn't know where the football was. We'll see a replay, and you watch it, and we're going to get this play over again, though. Yeah, it's close. Referee is the only person in this ballpark that knows for sure besides the defender and the receiver. We'll give the referees the benefit of the doubt on this. It's offsides against Clark Atlanta, so don't worry, there's no incompletion. And that means another first down. 5 of them unofficially for Lane. See Charles Barbarian to the left of the formation, along with looks like Pitts out there. Kenny still in the backfield, or is that Dewey? No, Dewey back in there. Dewey with the run off of left tackle. Nice run for the first down and more, and he'll make it 1st and goal. And here comes the infamous flags down, so hold everything. Used to be a cartoon, Quick Draw McGraw would say, hold everything, Bob Louie. Most of our listeners probably are too young to remember that. I'm 73. There is a hold. Oh, that nullifies such a fine run right there. A holding penalty. So from the spot of the foul, it's backed up 10 yards. And that will make it 1st and about 17. Single receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Dewey in the backfield. He switches sides. Snap to Gaston, the handoff to Dewey. They tried basically the same play. And he could go all the way. What do we have? Touchdown, Lane College. And Colin Dewey. He just took that one 30 yards to the house. Big touchdown run here for him. At the 11-17 mark, we've got the replay, and watch this young man jet. Ortiz on for the extra point. 30 yards, and let's give it the 11-17 mark, second quarter. Awaiting the extra point. The snap. The kick is up. It looks good. What do the officials say? It is good. It's 14-7. Lane has taken the lead here at Crump Stadium in Memphis, Tennessee on the Lane College broadcast on JEA and Worthy Road Studios. Let's take a timeout.
The mission, clear sewer lines. The equipment, sewer jetters. These jetters use pressurized water to remove whatever is clogging lines, such as flushable wipes, which are not, roots from plants, improperly disposed products. Lines clog, and JA calls the sewer jetters. JA now has its 3rd and newest unit, crucial in keeping sewage flowing. 8 to 10 million gallons of sewage is treated and discharged clean every day, so keeping things moving is an essential part of JA today. The mission, clear sewer lines. The equipment, sewer jetters. These jetters use pressurized water to remove whatever is clogging lines, such as flushable wipes, which are not, roots from plants, improperly disposed products. Lines clog, and JA calls the sewer jetters. JA now has its third and newest unit, crucial in keeping sewage flowing. 8 to 10 million gallons of sewage is treated and discharged clean every day, so keeping things moving is an essential part of JA today.
And I've been appraised as you see the ball kicked off, picked up by one of the up men, Martin. And Martin is tackled with a great effort down there. I want to give credit to that young man running off the field for Lane College. There are, unfortunately, no stats. They're keeping them, but they can't print them or send them to us because the Wi-Fi is out. Wow. I know one thing, Wardell Forsell, sophomore back, did a great job on coverage then. Clark Atlanta has it 1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line. Right at quarterback. We'll check the running back. They're going to try the quick screen out here to the left. It's complete. Gain of maybe 4. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like about a gain of 4. Wright had been 0 for 3 on his last ones, and now he's only got about 13 yards passing this time. 3 for 6 passing today unofficially. You see we've got cornerbacks playing tight. We rush it. Goes in and out of the hands of their intended receiver, Elijah Crockett. Saw Crockett in the backfield a while ago. So it's incomplete. That's 3 for 7 passing. And like I said, this young man likes to air it out. David Wright III, 5'11", a junior from Tampa, Florida. We loosen our coverage a little bit. Bunch of 3 receivers to the right. They fake the run. Sprinting out is Wright. Wants to throw it. Throws it about the 35-yard line. Receiver will fall forward. It'll be a first down by the pass. We'll see where they put it down. 16-yard pickup on that one. 4 of 8 for Wright. And again, our stats are unofficial. Wi-Fi out, and we're not getting the official stats. Maybe we'll get something at halftime. Here's again the 2-man screen out here, and a nice block and a nice run is going to be made by Jones, and then we lose another helmet. This is Jamal Jones. Another first down by pass. I believe that's their 5th first down. $34-yard pickup on that one. Cannot let the man. They walled us off. It was good blocking by the 2 men out in front. 2 receivers to each side, a stack on each side. 1 running back in the pistol. David Wright at quarterback for Clark Atlanta. Here again, the quick one with a 1-man screen. And they're going to try Jones again. It's complete. They say he was inbounds. The clock still running. About a 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5 in Lane territory. That nifty run by Jones moved it quite a ways. Snap, it's pass all the way. Good pressure, good coverage. Incidental contact. That's good coverage. Incomplete pass. Brings up 2nd and 5, or no, it should be. Yes, 2nd and 5. No, 3rd and 5. I thought I was right. I was questioning the down marker. Wide side of the field to the right. 3rd and 5 from the 25-yard line. One man in the backfield with Wright, the quarterback, 2 receivers to each side. They send all 5 men out into the pattern, throwing for the flag, and the flag is the orange one. It's not the referee's kind. The pass, as you see, goes incomplete, overthrown, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Let's see if they bring their field goal kicker out, or they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. Looks like they are going for it. They've got Martin in the backfield. They will go. They being Clark will go. Trips right. Got a flanker with. We're moving, changing. We got 2 down linemen, a hard rush from the outside, delayed rush, and you know who it is. But they didn't call him down. But it's still incomplete. It doesn't matter. The ball will go over on downs, and it sounds like a train, but. Number 99, Robert Brown from San Francisco. What a job he has done today. Wow. Right now, 7 for 13, and this is a good young passer. Lane will take over the football with the nose just barely touching the 30-yard line. $70 yards away from pay dirt. Trips right. Gev trying the left side, bouncing outside, trying to get some extra yardage out. It'll be a short gain, but good job of reading his blockers by Dewey. And we're going to get a replay. I won't call out all of them, but you get great replays here on this JEA Worthy Road Lane broadcast. And that's the ball game blitz, who is actually our sports arm. 2-yard gain. Faking it. They spot up at the 30. So the ball actually started on the 25. Spot up for about 3 yards. Catching it was good old number 1. You know him. Our kick returner and a lot of things, and he's in motion. Breaking across the middle, they've got him. He breaks one tackle at the 50, the 45, the 30, the 20. The 10, the 5. He could run all the way to the City Hall in Memphis here. Yes, all the way to the City Hall. It is touchdown, Lane College. Anthony Evelyn with a 70-yard touchdown pass and catch combo. And what a great job, and he took it to the house. And yes, you can run all the way to City Hall here in Memphis. Ortiz on to attempt the extra point. At the 6:50 mark, the kick is up. The goalposts have disappeared, and that means it's good. It's 21-7. Lane College with the lead. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Energy Lane College Worthy Road Studios and the Ball Game Blitz broadcast.
Jackson, Tennessee, 1887. The newspaper reported that the new electric light was greeted with shoutings and applause. The downtown crowd cheered the new electric street lights. Today, clean water, sewage treatment, light, the warmth of natural gas, gig internet. We take it all for granted, but they represent decades of time, multiple millions of dollars in investments, and generations of skilled and dedicated employees, all the foundation of JEA today. Heating and air conditioning costs are over 50% of our average utility bills. Heating water, another 20%. 70% of our costs are basically for comfort. Utility costs are going up. 70% of our 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 costs
And we are back here. Got a good shot of the Phil Ortiz to kick off to a lone deep man. He floats this one up a little higher, be fielded at 16, and this looks like Jones. He hit the hole. We had a little gap in our lanes, and he could go all the way. And he is going to take the thing 84 yards and put them right back in the ball game. Now watch it, and you'll see that there's a little unevenness in the coverage. Keep your eye on this. We'll be lined up for the extra point, and we'll tell you about that. But here he comes. This is Jones. Now, say we did not have that lane covered, and then a good block by one of the Clark Atlanta players, and he did a good job of tight roping down that sideline.
Return TD.
So it is now 14 for Clark, or will be if they make the extra point. Cabrera on to kick it. Now they blow the horn, and I don't see, could be, was it delay of the game? No, timeout has been called. Timeout has been called here. We'll take a timeout with them and be back for the extra point.
Heating and air conditioning costs are over 50% of our average utility bills. Heating water, another 20%. 70% of our costs are basically for comfort. Utility costs are going up, and those inflation-driven costs may be with us for months. Whatever methods you use to conserve energy, those count more now than ever before. So when you set thermostats or use energy in any way, remember to take steps to conserve, saving your dollars at JEA today.
From time to time, life may throw us a curveball. Even with the best of efforts, maintaining the essentials like utilities can be difficult.
Okay. We're back for the extra point, a kind of a surprise timeout then. Cabrera on for them. It is 21-13 at the 6:40 mark here in the second quarter. Lane has one timeout left. The snap, it's down, the kick is up. It looked good, and it is good. And now it is 21 for Lane, 14 for Clark Atlanta. Great kickoff return run. Let's take a timeout, and we'll come back with more Lane College football on JEA with the Ball Game Blitz.
From time to time, life may throw us a curveball. Even with the best of efforts, maintaining the essentials like utilities can be difficult. With Utilicare, you can make a donation to help provide utility assistance to families right here in Jackson. Your contribution makes a difference for those families struggling to pay utility bills. Go online to learn more or donate. jaxenergy.com/Utilicare.
We are back after that exciting kickoff return, and I'm sure our special teams coach will talk to them about, gentlemen, stay in your lane. There was a great block by one of the Clark Atlanta players. Clark Atlanta will have Cabrera kicking the football off. A young man that also took one set. That was an 84-yard kickoff return. 70 yards on a pass reception a while ago by Anthony Evelyn, the 5'9 senior. And I know he had to be tired after that, and I'm sure the kickoff returner, Jamal Jones for Clark, probably could use a little oxygen too. Teed up at the 35. Here's the kick. Line drive is going to bounce off of one of our men, picked up. Now we're tossing it around. That's one of the linemen. He don't want to run with it. But you know what? The young man is chugging along across the 40, the 35, and down to the 30 of Clark Atlanta. Wow. We got to see the replay of that one. That is something else. Lamarius Jackson. What a return. Just watch this and enjoy it. And watch Lamarius go. Great job by him. And wow, I am impressed. He's a linebacker. And we come out 1st and 10. Ball on the 30 of Clark. Great field position. Give to Dewey, trying the A gap. He's going to get good yardage from the 30 down to the 20, and it looks like he's probably got a running first down. Everything depends on the spot of where they say the knee touched the ground. Let's watch that again. Watch Dewey. There's a hole you could drive a Mack truck through. They say he is about inches short, or are they going to measure it? Let's see. It's awfully close. We need an electron microscope. If it's short, it's a millimicron short. Now they have decided to pick the stake up and move it. Unofficially, the 6th first down for Lane. And again, these are unofficial stats, as the main stat keepers their stats aren't working. Dewey with 9 carries. They give to him again, this time a little bit better defense by the forward wall, but Dewey making hay while the sun shines over the left side of our line. Big number 90 for Clark Atlanta with that tackle. And I'm going to have to check my roster for his number. Pickup by Dewey of about 2.5, maybe 3. Here's the pass play, left side. It was up in the air a little bit. It was intercepted but out of bounds, so it'll just be an incomplete pass. That's one of those, unless you throw one on a rifle. We had it open for a minute, but it closes fast. Those defensive backs can close in a hurry. 3 for 7 now passing for Gaston. We're going to bring 3 men to the right. Anthony Evelyn, the most outside of those 3. 1 receiver to the left. Dewey still in the backfield. They'll send Evelyn in motion, then he'll change directions. Looking for him. Now, nice toss out to Dewey. Dewey wants that goal line. He smells the goal line. Dewey has the goal line. 17-yard pass. It's a touchdown, Lane College. We're going to get the replay. Watch quarterback Gaston. Great job looking. Steps up in there. Makes the toss. Dewey's going to do the rest of the work. That is great. 17 yards for a touchdown. Lane moving that football. Ortiz on to get the extra point. Snap the kick. It's down. The goal post on the far side disappeared. I'll explain that to you a little later at the 4:46 mark. Lane has regained a lead of 28-14. Gets their 14-point cushion back in there. We're going to take a timeout on the Lane JEA and Ball Game Blitz Network and come back with more exciting action.
Well, my name is Mark Taylor. I'm the owner and president of Master Medical Equipment here in Jackson, Tennessee. As we've grown, our bandwidth needs have grown too. With E+ broadband, it's allowed us to do more things at once. So even though we're located here in West Tennessee, we have customers both out of the state, nationwide, and internationally that we use E+ broadband to communicate with. Email, online chat, telephone, however they prefer to communicate with us. And E+ broadband allows us to do that.
We are back, and let's see what lane strategy. Everybody's got to stay in their lanes. Man that just took it 84 yards is back deep for them. The kick, will it get to Jones? Jamal Jones fields it at about the 17, and again, there's that alley up the sideline, but this time getting over there and helping the cause is the kicker, Ortiz himself. And thank you, Brother Ortiz, for that coverage. The kicker was probably the last hope A nice return by Jamal Jones. And this one will be set up in very favorable position for a high-powered offense. The Clark Atlanta Panthers at their own 47. But like I said, very good field position for them. Tolliver and Jones scoring their touchdowns. Wright is the quarterback. We'll see if Pender's back there with him. 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Here's a nice pass. Caught, breaking a couple of tackles, and now a host of lane tacklers. He'll be driven out at about the 42. 11-yard pickup on that one. And that was Virgil Young, a graduate player. He's got a year's eligibility left in wide receiver. Quickly to the line with 3 men to the right, a trips lane with 2 down linemen, 2 stand-up defensive ends or linebackers, if you prefer to call them that. Threaded in there, and a great catch, and tripped up by a shoestring tackle by Irving for Lane, but a great catch from the 41 down, and we'll see where they spot it. A 22-yard pickup on that one and a first down. Here's one headed towards the end zone, thrown to the short side of their wideout. That looked like Banks. We'll see if it was that was intended for. And no, it wasn't. It was intended for number 83, Judah Johnson, who is also a graduate student. Pender is in the backfield. That one being incomplete. Already 16 passes thrown by David Wright III. Press coverage here on the left. Trips to the right, loosened up. There's one press coverage over there. The others are loosened up. We got a one high safety situation. We're lined up to take the slant away. Now they're going to throw the back of the end zone and in and out of the hands, but our defender helped on that one quite a bit. Malbrough. Well, Jeremiah Malbrough, a freshman, good coverage by him. Another incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. Closer to the left hash marks. Remember, Clark Atlanta's traveling right to left this quarter. Let's see, Lane will have 2 down linemen. Meeting strength over here. There's a little bit of a gap to the right side of the Clark Atlanta. Let's see if they check off. One high safety, man coverage though otherwise. And he's going to get outside contained. This is where Wright is dangerous, but he throws this one. He gunned it, but it was thrown out of bounds and probably trying to. We had pretty good coverage over there. That'll bring up 4th down.
I'll see if I can see on the replay. I didn't see any on the rollout. On one.
18 passes attempted so far by the quarterback. This one will be put down at about we're going to call it the 26. With the 10 of the end zone, it will be a 36-yard field goal attempt by Cabrera. Snapped a little high. He gets it up. It looks long enough. Looks like the goalpost disappeared. That means that it's good if you don't see the pole. And so the 36-yard field goal attempt. And it's 3:13 here at halftime. And it makes the score Lane 28 and Clark Atlanta 17. We'll take a short time out here on the JEA Network.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy. with the power of voice control.
We are back here after that 36-yard field goal. Lane still leads here in the second quarter, 28-17, on a gray, overcast day here in Memphis, Tennessee, at historic Crump Stadium. Lane is the home team in their blue uniforms, and then the white Clark Atlanta. The Panthers traveling a long way here, but we traveled a long way last year and won that game. Anthony Evelyn will be deepest for us. What a great run a minute ago. I bet they don't want to kick to our linebacker again. They're going to bounce it on the ground, though. Goes towards our running back, one of them, bringing it up the field, and a nice tackle by Zero for them on, he got Rashad Wilson, but Cameron Ivey of their team, a junior for Clark Atlanta. He zeroed in. He made a nice tackle. I thought if Harris can get away from him, we got something going. Referees are going to slow play down a little bit. Here's Clark. They're replacing the football, and you want to play with your own football. Here come the Dragons. Ball is going to be on the, looks like 27. Let's see if that's the official spot. It's between the 27 and the 28, right in the middle of the field. And we are about 70, let's see, about 76 yards. We'll get the math right. Here's one. The receiver and the quarterback were not on the same page that time. After that nice 17-yard touchdown pass a while ago, come out looking for Charles Barbarin. Barbarin went one direction. We don't know who was wrong, but it really doesn't matter. It's an incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and 10 for the Dragons. Trips left or right, actually, two receivers, empty backfield. Was he drawn off or was there a timeout called? There was a timeout called. And, boy, that saved them right there. With that timeout, it's 2nd and 10, the Dragons leading. We're going to take a timeout on JEA in the ball game blitz.
Tune to the Travel Channel. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control. Set up OnePass for the Warriors. Catch all the action with the power of voice control.
What is Plume? Plume spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Pods plug straight into the wall. No messy cables. They spread the internet from your existing modem to every corner of your home at full speed. Plume doesn't just make your Wi-Fi faster. It intelligently adapts to your environment and manages your Wi-Fi 24/7 based on insights like the number and types of devices you have connected. Plume. Worry-free Wi-Fi.
Great camera work by the Worthy Road production crew here on JEA and Lane College football. Lane leading 28-17, 3:04 to go in the second quarter of play. 2nd down and 10, ball on the 28 or approximately the 28. Slot to each side. Fake to Dewey. Breakout here. Here's the man, Anthony Evelyn, dancing, wanting to make some yardage. Our quarterback may have gotten hit late. We'll see what happens. The referees will stop the clock. Now, it is a pickup of about 6 if the pass stands. Let's see what the penalty is. Okay, the completion does stand. 15 marked off against Clark. Will put the ball at the 50. That first down by penalty. That's unofficially 7 first downs. And again, the Wi-Fi here at Crump Stadium not working for the official stat crew. And that's who we were going to depend on. They do a good job. They'll keep the stats. They just can't publish them and send them to us. We see that Anthony Evelyn comes back into the lineup. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 50. One back in the backfield, double slots, dropping back. Gaston gets an arm put on him. It comes up a little short. It would have been incomplete, in and out of the hands. Good coverage by the defensive back for Clark. You'll get to see that one again. Clark now facing the empty backfield again. Good coverage by Wilkins, 33 then. I want to give that young man some credit. Checking the sidelines, Gaston for the play. He's having a good day. Here's the quick toss on the out. Evelyn wants to dance and reverse it, but he's hit after about a 5-yard gain. You'll see it on replay. Eleven passes now thrown. We'll tell you about completions. It's 3rd and 5. And Lane may be going to use their last timeout. We'll see what the official signal is. This is an official's timeout. And I did not hear the public address announcer. Tell you what, let's take a short timeout and we'll come back with more football.
What is Plume? Plume spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Plume is up and running right away. From now on, your Plume membership is there to ensure your network is always at peak performance. It keeps your network up to date and optimized. You'll also get perks like parental controls, full visibility into speed and performance, and simple and secure guest access. With your membership comes superb customer support and service. Plume, worry-free Wi-Fi.
Great presentation coming to Lane College. You see 3 checks honoring some people. We were not given anything about this, but some great people out there bringing it in honor, and you can see that's going to help many deserve. Two $5,000 checks, a $2,100 check, and that really helps out students. And here on the broadcast, I will say this for Lane College. It's a private institution founded by Bishop Isaac Lane, and funding helps in any way you can. And that is a great deal. That right there in itself, those 3 checks total up to $12,100 and will go a long way towards bringing young people. Remember something, a slogan for the United Negro College Fund a few years ago, a mind is a terrible thing to waste, and it is. And these young people, I have worked with student teachers from Lane and some outstanding ones. Now it looks like we've got another presentation. We'll zoom in on that. And this one, another $5,000 presentation. And that is very nice. We want to thank all of these people that have been so generous and remembering people into the Lane family. So it's been a big day for donations. We're here in Memphis, Tennessee at Crump Stadium. At this point in time, 28-17, 11-point lead for the Dragons over the Panthers. We got the 2-minute warning. I forget that in college you have a 2-minute, they don't call it a warning, it's a 2-minute timeout. And in high school you don't have that one. And this is my first game in college. Yeah, I think in about 5 years, I think Tom Britt and I, you Jacksonian fans will know Tom Britt, the voice of UTM, also was anchor at BBJ. But it's 3rd down and 10 for the Dragons, needing to convert here on 3rd or 4th down. Say the line conversing about the plays and stuff and who you got to block. One receiver here to the right. Now the officials blow the whistle. Let's see. Being an old coach, sometimes whistles from officials. I said, oh, me. You can just relax and watch the ball game. The great pictures here on JEA of Lane College in Clark, Atlanta. And if it sounded like I said Atlantic, no, it's Atlanta is what I said. Dewey in the backfield to the right. Again, the one wide out. Gaston wants to throw. And I think it's going to be, it was almost stolen again and picked off by their great defensive back, DeMarcus Perkins. No, that's not Perkins. Perkins is on our team. Let's get you, come on, Coach, get your defensive backs right. That was Lumpkin. I want to give him credit. That one is incomplete. Let's see what will. Dragons are going to punt the football and try to pin Clark back. The dangerous Jamal Jones is deep. This looks like punt safe unless somebody comes on maybe a delayed rush. And they're going to rush a couple of them hard, but kick almost got too close to your blocking wall. It's going to kick and go out of bounds at about the 20 or 21-yard line. So Clark will have it 1st and 10. Looks like they will go with a stack to one side, an almost stack on the right side. It's pretty close to being one. Lane with 2 stand-up outside guys, 1 line-down rusher, dropping 8 into coverage. And they'll get a pass off, overshooting a wide open. The back finally got open, but, you know, it took so long. Great secondary coverage caused that to happen. That's the 19th pass thrown by David Wright III. He has missed on his last 4. Brings up 2nd and 10 from approximately the 20.5-yard line. It's not quite the 20, not quite the 21. 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Wright drops back, looking, steps up in the pocket, drills one. Let's see where they mark forward progress. It'll be somewhere around the 31. Great tackle by our defensive back. It'll either be 1st and 10 or 2nd, and so short it's pitiful. It will be a 1st and 10 by the pass. Unofficially 7 first downs. 10-yard pickup. Wright drops back. We were closing in, but he had enough time to launch one, but about 3 yards over the intended receiver, the speedy Jamal Jones, but we had a couple of guys back there with him. When you see them conferencing like that, either they're trying to keep law and order and say, gentlemen, let's just play football, or either you got a penalty. I think this time they said, gentlemen, let's just play football. Let's see what happens. But it was incomplete. Bringing up 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 31-yard line of Clark Atlanta, closer to the right hash mark. A lot of room for Young to work out here. We've got safety help that may drift over. Now we back off of him, expecting a longer pass. They're going to throw a little inside screen. I call them a dump screen. I'm a former offensive coordinator, so my names are a little crazy. But about a 5-yard, maybe a 4. Let's mark it as a 4-yard pickup, bringing up 3rd and 6, very manageable. Right at quarterback. I think that is, we'll check it and make sure if that is Martin in there for them instead of Pender. Wright wants to run, but pulls up wisely. Well, he had his man, shot it a little high, and it's over Jamal Jones, and that is incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th at about 6.5 or 7. Looks now, the way the stake is plunked down, about 7. 39 seconds to go in the half. And is this really the punting team? We'll want to play punt safe and check the kicker out, make sure he's not running or throwing. We'll send our sure-handed man, Anthony Evelyn, back to receive this. We'll cover the wideouts or the gunners, if you prefer that term. We'll send 4 men in a secondary line, and we'll only rush with 4 or 5 guys. Looks like it's just going to be 4, and it was not a hard rush. Our end did do a good job. They get a bounce, and I like the way that Evelyn got out of the way of that football. It'll roll all the way down to the lane 32 where we'll get possession. 27 seconds if Lane wants to try to score. Let's see what they come up with. Let's see if Gaston comes out with Dewey. 17, of course, Gaston, the redshirt senior. Kylan Dewey, 5'8", 185 junior, and we got a great wide receiving core doing a great job today. 84 is Ware. Williams wearing 83. Santel 80. Evelyn 1. Carl Pitts has been in there a bunch too. Ware's 81. And we send Pitts to just mention him. He is the farthest man towards the Clark Atlanta sideline. We're in the pistol. Coming to the short side, bending it back, and they're trying to rip at the football. And we may not get back to the line of scrimmage, but you know what? That old clock is going to run, even though they have 2 timeouts, they being Clark Atlanta. It's down to 11 seconds. And they're going to let time run out. And we'll tell you the score at halftime. The Lane College Dragons 28-17 for the Clark Atlanta Panthers. Let's take a timeout, and we'll come back after this.
Oh, you're not going to believe this.
What's going on?
The neighbors got hacked again.
Weird. We never get hacked.
Nope. No, we don't. Smart devices make our lives better, but they're also susceptible to hackers. That's why Plume helps identify when a device is acting strange.
You mean like talking to itself for no reason?
I'm talking to the audience.
With E+ broadband and Watch TV Everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E+ broadband's TV Everywhere.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E+ broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E+ broadband. Thank you, E+ broadband. I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E+ broadband. Thank you, E+ broadband. I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center. Our clinic is unique because it offers oral surgery suites, general dentistry suites, as well as a fully run operating room. E+ broadband has never let me down. The reps that actually gave me their personal phone numbers, they definitely were compassionate. They knew that some of the technical terms they were using I couldn't understand, and they broke them down to me, and I thought this went a long way. Thank you, E+ broadband.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E Plus Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E Plus Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries. Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E Plus Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E Plus Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
Every 3 years, the American Public Power Association recognizes public power companies that demonstrate proficiency in reliability, workforce development, safety, and system improvements. The recognition, RP3. The highest level RP3 is the Diamond RP3. In 2023, JEA's electric division received the Diamond RP3 award for the 8th consecutive time. This never happened before, but it's JEA today. The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation every 2 years does an unannounced on-site review to evaluate every facet of a water system. Inspection includes real-time water sampling, records reviews, personnel training, certification, and more. A perfect score is $5.99. For the 3rd consecutive inspection, covering the last 6 years, the Jackson Energy Authority water system achieved a perfect score. $5.99, 100%, 3 consecutive times. That seldom happens, but it happened now at JEA today. While many cities in Tennessee now actively work to get broadband, Jackson, Tennessee in 2004 built what big communication companies would not build here. Jackson became Tennessee's first fiber-to-the-home city. In addition, Jackson has had for years the point-to-point infrastructure for gig internet. How many gig do you need? How many will you need in the future? It doesn't matter. Jackson doesn't wait. The capacity is already here and has been for years with E Plus Broadband and JEA today. Jackson organized in 1822, went nearly 50 years without a collective utility. But in 1871, the Citizens Gas Light Company offered manufactured gas. Railroads brought in coke, a form of coal burned in ovens located where the AMP is today. Stored in above-ground tanks, they carried the gas through wood pipes downtown. Lamplighters would fire up the streetlights at dusk. Part of the gas company building is still visible at the farmers market today. Citizens Gas Light Company, the first step toward JEA today. The Citizens Gas Light Company brought electricity to Jackson to generate power for new streetlights downtown. 1887, the Western Seawig reported, the engine started, the large wheels revolved, causing the dynamo to generate the electric current. The new light was greeted with shoutings and applause. Electric usage spread. The electric company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company, generating power for trolley cars and more. Another step toward JEA today. Keeping utilities in service requires continued investment and maintenance. In 2024, JEA began changing relief valves on the 10 main ProGas propane tanks. This process is undertaken every 10 years to ensure that these essential relief valves are current and functioning, providing utility service that's safe and reliable, a key part of JEA today. The mission, clear sewer lines. The equipment, sewer jetters. These jetters use pressurized water to remove whatever is clogging lines, such as flushable wipes, which are not, roots from plants, improperly disposed products. Lines clog and JEA calls the sewer jetters. JEA now has its 3rd and newest unit, crucial in keeping sewage flowing. 8 to 10 million gallons of sewage is treated and discharged clean every day, so keeping things moving is an essential part of JEA today. The mission, clear sewer lines. The equipment, sewer jetters. These jetters use pressurized water to remove whatever is clogging lines, such as flushable wipes, which are not, roots from plants, improperly disposed products. Lines clog and JEA calls the sewer jetters. JEA now has its 3rd and newest unit, crucial in keeping sewage flowing. 8 to 10 million gallons of sewage is treated and discharged clean every day, so keeping things moving is an essential part of JEA today. Jackson, Tennessee, 1887. The newspaper reported that the new electric light was greeted with shoutings and applause. The downtown crowd cheered the new electric street lights. Today, clean water, sewage treatment, light, the warmth of natural gas, gig internet. We take it all for granted, but they represent decades of time, multiple millions of dollars in investments, and generations of skilled and dedicated employees, all the foundation of JEA today. Heating and air conditioning costs are over 50% of our average utility bills. Heating water, another 20%. 70% of our costs are basically for comfort. Utility costs are going up, and those inflation-driven costs may be with us for months. Whatever methods you use to conserve energy, those count more now than ever before. So when you set thermostats or use energy in any way, remember to take steps to conserve, saving your dollars at JEA today.
From time to time, life may throw us a curveball. Even with the best of efforts, maintaining the essentials like utilities can be difficult. With Utilicare, you can make a donation to help provide utility assistance to families right here in Jackson. Your contribution makes a difference for those families struggling to pay utility bills. Go online to learn more or donate. jaxenergy.com/Utilicare.
My name is Mark Taylor. I'm the owner and president of Master Medical Equipment here in Jackson, Tennessee. As we've grown, our bandwidth needs have grown too. With E+ broadband, it's allowed us to do more things at once. So even though we're located here in West Tennessee, we have customers both out of the state, nationwide, and internationally that we use E+ broadband to communicate with. Email, online chat, telephone, however they prefer to communicate with us. And E+ broadband allows us to do that.
We're back here where Lane leads at halftime, the fine Lane College Band, who is entertained in major parades and been a real asset, not only to Lane College, but the city of Jackson, Tennessee. You can see them coming across. The band performance will be recorded and posted in its entirety on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. And again, we'll remind you, the band performance will be provided and in its entirety on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page. With the threat of rain and stuff, sometimes picking up the sound and putting mics and stuff out there. And this is a great band, and we want you to enjoy it. So that's the reason. Watch the majorettes while I talk a little bit. Stats are kind of spotty because the official stat crew's Wi-Fi is not working. They can keep it and write it down, but they can't transfer it to us in any form. But we know that Lane College is ahead, and we know that Gaston, our fine quarterback, is 6 for 12, 112 yards unofficially, and a touchdown pass. And, of course, Dewey has had a great day. I haven't added up what running yardage I have for him, but he has run the ball very effectively. And I know at one point in this half he had 74 yards. We'll see if I can make some math happen. And he has 89 unofficially on 10 carries. He caught a great touchdown pass, but I'll tell you what, we'll recap the scoring for both teams and talk about it a little bit. Normally we have these stats posted for you up here, but we're a little dependent. You can get to see Lane's band in the background, and hopefully over me you can hear a little of it. But for Lane College, in the first quarter, Dewey went off of left tackle for 4 yards, a touchdown. The extra point was good. Lane led 7-0. In the second quarter, Dewey again over the left tackle on a run, 30 yards. At the 11-17 mark, the extra point was good. But at that point, the score was 14-7 as Clark Atlanta had tied it up. Then coming back in that second quarter, you got a 70-yard touchdown pass. Gaston to Evelyn. Evelyn taking it a good portion of that distance at the 6:50 mark. The extra point was good. It was 21-7. Clark Atlanta would score a touchdown and bring it to 21-14, and Dewey took a 17-yard pass to the left side at the 4:16 mark, and that is where he scored the touchdown, making the score 28-14. Now let's give you some stats, and these are unofficial. We've held their excellent rusher Pender to about 32 yards. And again, these are unofficial. David Wright III is 11 for 23 for 122 yards unofficially and 1 touchdown pass. And, of course, their scoring was a touchdown pass of 6 yards to Tolliver. Jamal Jones took the kickoff return and went 84 yards. That's what made it 21-14. Nice run by Jamal Jones, some good blocking. Coaches will find in that film where we had a little hole there. And then Leonardo Cabrera, their fine kicker, who won a ball game for them, I think, a week ago, came on and kicked a 36-yard field goal to make the score at halftime, 28-17. Now, what we'll do is, I hate to break away from this fine performance, but we'll take a break and then we'll try to get you some halftime highlights here on JEA Lane College and the Ballgame Blitz Network.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control. Tune to the Travel Channel. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control. Set up OnePass for the Warriors. Catch all the action with the power of voice control.
What is Plume? Plume spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Pods plug straight into the wall. No messy cables. They spread the internet from your existing modem to every corner of your home at full speed. Plume doesn't just make your Wi-Fi faster. It intelligently adapts to your environment and manages your Wi-Fi 24/7 based on insights like the number and types of devices you have connected. Plume. Worry-free Wi-Fi. What is Plume? Plume spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Plume is up and running right away. From now on, your Plume membership is there to ensure your network is always at peak performance. It keeps your network up to date and optimized. You'll also get perks like parental controls, full visibility into speed and performance, and simple and secure guest access. With your membership comes superb customer support and service. Plume. Worry-free Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're not going to believe this.
What's going on?
The neighbors got hacked again.
Weird. We never get hacked.
Nope. No, we don't. Smart devices make our lives better, but they're also susceptible to hackers. That's why Plume helps identify when a device is acting strange.
You mean like talking to itself for no reason?
I'm talking to the audience.
With E+ broadband and Watch TV Everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E+ broadband's TV Everywhere.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E+ broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E+ broadband. Thank you, E Plus Broadband.
And we are back. We'll have some replays here in a few moments, but Lane leads 28-17, 11-point lead. A fine performance by both bands. Of course, we're very proud of our Lane College. Clark Atlanta sent their band up here. They did a great job, too. The band program will be recorded and archived on Worthy Road Studios YouTube page, and you can see it in its entirety. And, of course, we don't have any official halftime stats. The Wi-Fi for the stat crew for both broadcast and the teams, they're recording them, and we're kind of down the line from there, and it's hard to get what they put down is on paper. And once they get Wi-Fi, they will have, hopefully at the end of the game, some official stats. We did unofficially. Kylan Dewey had 10 carries for 89 yards. We told you that Gaston, our fine quarterback, 6 for 12, 112 yards, and he had, let me make sure I get this right, he had 2 touchdown passes, one to Evelyn and one to Dewey. Evelyn's was 70 yards, so 2 touchdowns, and had a couple of takeaways here in the game, and we're seeing another set of donations and some great people giving those donations to Lane College and to help, and some proud people out there. We are getting close to second half action time. And I tell you what we'll do. We'll take a timeout and get ready for the second half.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E Plus Broadband. Thank you, E Plus Broadband. I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center. Our clinic is unique because it offers oral surgery suites, general dentistry suites, as well as a fully run operating room. E Plus Broadband has never let me down. The reps that actually gave me their personal phone numbers, they definitely were compassionate. They knew that some of the technical terms they were using I couldn't understand, and they broke them down to me, and I thought this went a long way. Thank you, E Plus Broadband.
Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E Plus Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E Plus Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries. Tired of internet that leaves you waiting and monitoring your usage with extra fees? Switch to E Plus Broadband from the Jackson Energy Authority for fiber optic internet with the fastest speeds to keep everyone connected. Enjoy being online as much as you want without worrying about extra fees or data usage limits. Perfect for when you need to download and upload large files, stream videos, or use your favorite video conferencing app. E Plus Broadband, fastest internet, no data caps, no slowdowns, no worries.
We are back, and 15 minutes show on the clock. You play 4 15-minute quarters. Lane leads 28-17 going into the third quarter. Now, Clark Atlanta deferred. They get the football to start the second half. They'll be going right to left, Lane left to right. Ortiz on to kick off. The dangerous man who's already returned one about 84 yards. Jamal Jones back deep for them. We apologize. It's not our crew or JEA or Lane's fault that it's how it happens sometimes with Wi-Fi, so the official stats are being, as far as recorded and written down stuff, but they can't be handed out. Ortiz is ready. He's checked both sides of his team to make sure everybody's ready. They're about a step behind him. He kicks it in the air. This one, and it'll be Jamal Jones at about the 12 or 13, and he is quicker than a hiccup. This time we stay in our lanes. He may return it out to the 32 or 33. We'll see where the spot is, but that is much better for the Lane Dragons than having him take one to the house. Our fine replay operator, Adriana, will be saving those replays for you and have a bunch of them in the post-game show. David Wright III brings his team out. He'll have two receivers to each side. It'll be a version of the pistol when the back lines up behind the quarterback. It is the pistol. They're going to go straight ahead, and a nice job by the Lane defense. Pickup of about 2 for Pender. You get to see it on defense. Oh, I'd love to have seen the number of the young man down at the bottom of the pile. We know that Robert Brown filtered down there and helped on it, but there were 2 other people with assists then. They fake that one, throw, and it's low and incomplete. That's kind of like humming that fastball, and the catcher's got his glove up a little higher, and you get it down there, but it doesn't stick in the mitt. So that's the 24th pass thrown. By Wright. Press coverage on this side. Trips left for the Panthers. We got 3 coming, maybe 4. It's 4 now. And 5th one on a delayed blitz. They hook up and hit, and nice making people miss. It'll be a first down for Clark Atlanta on that pass. Unofficially their 8th of the game. Here's a fake, run and play, the 2-man screen out here. And it is complete for about 8 yards. $132, we'll add that in. Or it's actually 7, so 139 yards. And the clock has been stopped right here. And there is a timeout here. We'll take a short timeout and come back after this on JEA.
Every 3 years, the American Public Power Association recognizes public power companies that demonstrate proficiency in reliability, workforce development, safety, and system improvement. The recognition, RP3. The highest level RP3 is the Diamond RP3. In 2023, JEA's electric division received the Diamond RP3 award for the 8th consecutive time. This never happened before, but it's JEA today.
And we're back. And again, moving the football, Pender. He'll get the running first down here. 9 unofficially. Pender working the backfield with David Wright. They fake, drop straight back. Pocket started to collapse. It's going to be overthrown. We had good safety support back there. Good job by the Lane defense. Brings up 2nd 10 quickly back to the line of scrimmage. 2 stand up and 2 down. Flushing him out. Lane, they throw the little shuttle pass there off to Pender, and he's going to make a ton of yardage all the way down from the 40. Great improvisation by the quarterback. Looks like it may be right at the 10 spots, or no, they're going to spot it at the 15. So a 25-yard pickup and a passing first down. 2 receivers to each side, 2 down linemen, 2 stand-up ends. Thrown into the end zone, up in the air, knocked away. We had about 4 defenders back there. We'll get to see a replay on that. And it's going to be second down, 2nd and 10. And we're back to live action. A little tighter. There's a stack to the right and left, but they're in tight. They're within 3 yards of the offensive tackles. 5 men into the pattern. Wright gets outside, looking, shoots one down, and he's got a 15-yard touchdown pass at the 12:08 mark. And, of course, that'll signal the Clark band to play as they move closer. Let's see if they go for 1 or 2. Third quarter. Pass. For the touchdown. 12:08, Cabrera on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up. It looks good, and the referees say it is. It is now 28-24. Lane will want to answer a 4-point lead. And we'll come back after this short timeout.
The Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation every 2 years does an unannounced on-site review to evaluate every facet of a water system. Inspection includes real-time water sampling, records reviews, personnel training, certification, and more. A perfect score is $5.99. For the 3rd consecutive inspection covering the last 6 years, the Jackson Energy Authority water system achieved a perfect score. $5.99, 100%, 3 consecutive times. That seldom happens, but it happened now at JEA today. While many cities in Tennessee now actively work to get broadband, Jackson, Tennessee in 2004 built what big communication companies would not build here. Jackson became Tennessee's first fiber-to-the-home city. In addition, Jackson has had for years the point-to-point infrastructure for gig internet. How many gig do you need? How many will you need in the future? It doesn't matter. Jackson doesn't wait. The capacity is already here and has been for years with E+ broadband and JEA today.
Back after a nice sustained drive by the Clark Atlanta team. They put points on the board and come to within 4 of Lane, and it was a shootout last year down at Atlanta. And, of course, we've got red hats on, and usually the guy standing out there, if you see him to the left of the picture with the official, usually has a red hat on. He's the guy that tells them, and he gets the word when you can kick off with the time out. So if you wondered in college football, and like I said, he's got a white cap on today, unless they've changed. When I did football with Tom Britt, it was always you wore a red cap. But he's got a white one, and maybe there is a change on that. But anyway, we're about ready for football. Cabrera to kick off. Anthony Evelyn, number 21, listed on one roster at 5'9", the other 6. Doesn't matter. He's a big little man. A little bit of trickery reverse play. Thought might catch Clark, but 41 for them stayed in his lane. And that would be David Howard, and he made a nice tackle. Great idea on the call. And the Dragons will get the football 1st and 10, but not with the field position they thought they might get out of that. Ball, they will start on their own 23 here in the second half, first possession. Jarrett Gaston brings his team out. The red shirt senior at 6'1", 185. He's got receivers to each side of the field, two to the left. They have two wings, and now Dewey will change and go back to the backfield. There'll be a wing or an H-back, and he looks like he's more in a wing than an H-back, although the H-back can play there. Give to Dewey. He tries the right side. There's a hole. He dances, spins. He'll be driven down by a couple of Clark Atlanta people, but he's going to have at least an 8-yard gain, and unfortunately his helmet pops off. And, you know, sometimes it's got to have a little help popping off. Watch this great replay. Watch him bend it back to the right through that C gap. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Looks like Kenny in the ball game. He's there at the running back spot. He's a threat. Bends it back. Could have been a trap. I should have been watching the guards, and he's got the first down and more. From the 29 down to about the 41 or 42. I think they'll spot it at the 41. It is. It's a pickup of 12 for him and another Lane College first down. Unofficially 8. We started trying to keep them after we found out that there was not going to be any Wi-Fi for the official stat crew. Dragons have it 1st and 10 at their own 41. A counter step, trying to gain yardage. This time, Clark Atlanta had every gap filled up. And I believe that was Solomon Mosley, a linebacker, in there filling the gap first. Some other guys did a great job for them. There's no gain on the play. Looks like Wilson is in for Lane. Fake to Dewey. We didn't get a block. They throw it over here and a catch, but it's probably going to lose a half yard. That's going to bring up a long 3rd and 10 because of a little bit of a lossage. Not much, but it still causes some problems. Santel caught that one. Pets, I see, stacked. Oh, that's actually a bunch, a 3-man bunch. Looks like the old wishbone in running football out there. Gaston back looking, has to dish it off, and it's incomplete. He was under duress and had to get rid of it. So 11 for 4 or 11 for 24 now, or that 14. We'll get it right. It's for 14 attempts, 6 for 14. Punting situation for Ortiz. That dangerous man, Jamal Jones, back for Clark, who has a 70-yard, or actually it's an 84-yard kickoff return. We're at 9:25 here in the 3rd quarter. Good rush. We pick it up. This one goes up high. It'll hit. Hopefully we get a bounce. We get a good one across the 30. It'll roll towards the 25, curve back, and be down at about the 26.5-yard line. So we did get somewhat of a break out of it. It'll be Clark Atlanta's football. David Wright will come out at quarterback. Both teams come to the sideline, and as they huddle up on what is an official timeout, let's take a short timeout on JEA, Lane College, and the Ballgame Blitz Network.
Jackson organized in 1822, went nearly 50 years without a collective utility. But in 1871, the Citizens Gas Light Company offered manufactured gas. Railroads brought in coke, a form of coal burned in ovens located where the AMP is today. Stored in above-ground tanks, they carried the gas through wood pipes downtown. Lamplighters would fire up the streetlights at dusk. Part of the gas company building is still visible at the farmers market today. Citizens Gas Light Company, the first step toward JEA today. The Citizens Gas Light Company brought electricity to Jackson to generate power for new streetlights downtown. 1887, the West Tennessee Whig reported, the engine started, the large wheels revolved, causing the dynamo to generate the electric current. The new light was greeted with shoutings and applause. Electric usage spread. The electric company became the Jackson Railway and Light Company, generating power for trolley cars and more. Another step toward JEA today.
Back for the second possession by Clark Atlanta. They've got the ball on their own, it looks like now, more like the 27. That's where we're going to give the spot to. Clock says 26. 26 and a half with where it is. It was adjusted a little bit. It's 1st and 10. Say Young come to this side. Tolliver, he has number 7. He has the touchdown catch earlier in the contest. In that first half, 2 receivers to the right. David Wright, the third, in the backfield. Let's see if Pender's with him. They have used 2 running backs. Crockett was in there earlier. Now Lane College walks some guys up. They go with the running play, trying the B gap on the right side. Maybe a tough yard, maybe 2 out of it. And that looked like Crockett with that carry. We'll see. Again, the spots are all important. And they're going to give him 2. 9 yards unofficially for that young man. Again, 2 receivers to each side. 2nd and 8. Lane was ready with 5 people. Now let's see if they reset their defense, and they are. Be 2 stand-up ends, 2 down linemen. They try the left side, and an initial hit and then a finish. And quickly to the line of scrimmage. Crockett's still in there. Good body lean, got him that yardage. Lane defense wants to hold on 3rd at about 6, 6.5. Back is right, got time. Launches a bomb down the sideline to Young. And I'm going to tell you what, a good hands up, drive it out of there move by our defensive back. Saved a touchdown. And that was Gerald McPhee. So McPhee saves maybe not a touchdown, but a long gainer. And it'll be a punting situation. Cabrera comes on to punt. Handling it is Anthony Evelyn, the senior. Got the gunners covered outside. It's punt safe, that's what they call when they're nice punt, spiraling. It'll hit, bounce. Evelyn takes it, makes a couple of jukes, needed 1 block. Please don't block. That's the way to get over the man, not make contact. Down the sideline across the 45 to about the 47. Let's check for flags, and one of our young men did an outstanding job hitting somebody in the back. So Lane College will get possession of the football in good field position, and now with a 4-point lead, need to really get busy. Let's see where the official spotting of the football is. And it may be put down on the 49. Now we're going to put it down on the 48. Okay, for Lane's second possession of the half. And as they take a timeout with Lane leading Clark Atlanta, 28-24 will take a timeout.
Keeping utilities in service requires continued investment and maintenance. In 2024, JA began changing relief valves on the 10 main ProGas propane tanks. This process is undertaken every 10 years to ensure that these essential relief valves are current and functioning, providing utility service that's safe and reliable, a key part of JEA today. The mission, clear sewer lines. The equipment, sewer jetters. These jetters use pressurized water to remove whatever is clogging lines, such as flushable wipes, which are not, roots from plants, improperly disposed products. Lines clog and JA calls the sewer jetters. JA now has its third and newest unit, crucial in keeping sewage flowing. 8 to 10 million gallons of sewage is treated and discharged clean every day, so keeping things moving is an essential part of JA today.
After a great punt return by Anthony Evelyn, good field position. But again, you watch this, replay it, and see the young man not block in the back. He dove over him, no contact, no foul. It'll be Lane College football. They're on their own 48, at closer to the right hash mark. And let's see who they bring out on offense. Barbarian out there. He's going to be a wideout. 81 is Pitts. You know that Evelyn's going to be in the slot to one side or the other, and he is. Ware is out there. We'll check the backfield. Going against 2 down linemen. Now it's going to be 3, and they leave a stand-up defensive end or outside linebacker. It's going to be the 2-man and became a 3-man screen. And Evelyn will get the football, get into Clark territory. And Lane is ready to go again. Here's a flag thrown. Lane trying to hurry up offense. Somebody probably, and they didn't get set. The illegal procedure will cost Lane 5 yards. Should make it about 2nd and 9, maybe 10. Well, they say from the way they spotted it, wow, it's going to be 2nd. Now they move it. It's going to say it had to be 2nd and 10, maybe a couple of inches over that, but interesting spot. Looks like Dewey back in the backfield. Trips right, 3 receivers to this right side. Ball equidistance between the hash marks. Give to Dewey, but he was met by that linebacker, and I believe that's Brother Solomon. Of course, his real name is Solomon Mosley. Linebacker 5'11", graduate student out of Atlanta Carver. And Lane really trying to hustle their offense up, create tempo. No gain is what they rule it. Well, now they changed the stakes. And gentlemen, let's get with the program. If you've got the striped shirt on, which the chain crew does too, that means you move it. 3rd and 9, flushed out of the pocket, lost his balance, and again, that man, number 10, led the initial rush, Solomon Mosley. Going to be a loss of yardage in a punting situation for Lane. Lane has not been able to move the football in the second half very well. Going to be 4th down and about 17. Jamal Jones back. And the way he runs punch, now let's see if they send 2 people back. Try to get him a little blocking. I don't know whether they sent Young back there with him or not. Here's the kick, and it was almost blocked. It'll go take a bounce. Clark fields it. We're on top of it immediately, but the young man still grabs. And let's see if that was Young that returned it for them. Good coverage considering the situation. It was low. We'll get to see a replay on that punt again. Clark will take over at about their own 26. And I believe that was Young in there. So this drive will start at the 26. The Panthers trail the Dragons by 4. 1st and 10, 5:23 to go in this quarter. There's still over 20 minutes of football to play because there's 15 minutes in each quarter. Trips left, they give to the running back. And a good gain, probably 7 or 8 yards, depending on the spot of it. You get the replay for David Martin. Martin giving Pender, it looks like about 7 is what we'll give him. Second and about 4. Dropping back is Wright. Wants to crank the javelin up, throwing it deep. Good coverage. It was step for step. Pinned up against the sideline was their receiver, and it's an incomplete pass. That is the 21st pass thrown by Wright, and they will throw a lot. It's going to bring up 3rd. And let's keep the stake still over on the far side. 3rd, and according to the way they've got it set now, it's closer to 5. Note I said closer, and it is about 3rd and 5. Wright has an H-back and a man in the backfield with him. That's Martin. Throws a bullet, and it is incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. 22 passes thrown. $15 for 22 right now. Cabrera comes on. Let's see if Anthony Evelyn can perform some magic on the punt return. 2 gunners outside. They're picked up. This one, nice high punt. Didn't turn over. Fair caught by Evelyn. He wants to share the football a little bit. A very generous young man. And the ball will be taken over on the 34-yard line by Lane. Lane College looking for their 2nd victory of the year. Undefeated with a tie are the Clark Atlanta Panthers. "34-yard line this possession. Lane would like to run off a couple of first downs and then put something in the end zone. Derek Gaston, the quarterback, Dewey back in the backfield. We pull the guards. He'll run and cut in behind him. But that time, good penetration, filtering in behind the guards. And there was Mosley, but he had 2 helpers that helped penetrate that. And that was not Mosley. That was a different young man. It looked like 10, and that's what you get for anticipating instead of being sure. It was actually number 40, Cersei. Coming in very quickly is Barbarin. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right. Long count this time. Gasson looking, steps up. Now he's got to be a runner. The football is loose. Who's got it? Clark has got it. They have picked it up and will rumble down inside the 10-yard line. And Gaston may be hurt. The fumble hurts, but so is our quarterback. We'll see who picked this one up for them. Football is loose, picked up by number 91. We'll check his number out. A nice return by him. That is Jaden Cleveland. And just like that, Clark Atlanta back on offense. They'll get the football. at approximately the 8. We'll take a quick timeout and come back and spot the football on JEA and Lane football.
The mission, clear sewer lines. The equipment, sewer jetters. These jetters use pressurized water to remove whatever is clogging lines, such as flushable wipes, which are not, roots from plants, improperly disposed products. Lines clog and JA calls the sewer jetters. JA now has its third and newest unit, crucial in keeping sewage flowing. 8 to 10 million gallons of sewage is treated and discharged clean every day, so keeping things moving is an essential part of JEA today.
That fumble picked up in a nice return by Jaden Cleveland. That puts great field position because it's going to be first and goal, and we'll get the exact spot. It looks like from the 8. It's a game of inches, fumbles. You see the guy with the white visor on. He takes the place of what you see as a red hat in a lot of games. Lane coaching staff out talking. It's very important for our defense. They want to hold and only give up a field goal at worst if they have to give up anything. Possession on the 8. That's the Lane College 8. We expect them to send Wright out at quarterback, West, Harris, Young, Tolliver, and probably Trayvon Pender. Checking the backfield, see if 22 is their running back. Not sure who will come out, whether it'll be Willie Miller, Cameron Jones, Robert Brown, Xavier Shaw, Tyshawn Gator, Devon Irving, Corey Jones, Jeremiah Melbrew, Jeremiah Brown, possibly Mark James will come out, and Walter Tatum. We'll see if those are the young men. And there are others that we could send out there too. It's been a tough rock'em sock'em, white knuckler type of ball game. And we do know that in this case, looks like 42, Anthony Otis will be out there. Trying to pick up where there are some differences in what Gator is out there. Tyshawn Gator, this is an important 4 downs, and this is 4 down territory. Ball on the 8. The Panthers send one man to the right, one to the left. They'll play with the H-back and a tight end to the left of the formation. I believe that's Martin in there. We'll check it and make sure. Now they shift, and they're unbalanced to the right, strong side right. They give, trying to run the sweep, and great penetration by Lane College for a loss. Several young men in there. We'll get a replay on that. And it's back quick. Great play by Lane to shut that one down, and a loss of about 4 yards. Still second and goal. It's going to be a pass play. They're going to try to throw the fade, and a great defensive play by good old number 26 for Lane College. He's been in on several things tonight. And we definitely want to check that out. And that is Gerald McPhee. McPhee with the big pick. What a job he's done on coverage. And let's record the interception. That returns the favor. We get the football back. McPhee with the interception. We'll have the ball at the 20 since it was intercepted in the end zone. And McPhee right now is a hero with the INT in the end zone. Dewey comes out. He'll be with Gaston. It's good to see him back in there. 2 receivers, looks like Pitts and Evelyn to the left of the formation, 2 to the right. Ware may be one of them. We'll pick up and see if that's Wilson, the other one. Clark goes with 3 down linemen, a stand-up outside linebacker that didn't rush. We give to Dewey. Dewey pulling people, and then he's tied down or put down at the 50 or 25-yard line for a pickup of 5. "95 yards unofficially for Dewey. Wish we had the official stats. Back quickly on 2nd and 5. Dewey this time hitting the backfield. It looked like a convention, and whoa, timeout. Somebody check out that face mask. May not have been, but the hands were close. Searcy was one of those men in there for Clark Atlanta. So let's see what the loss is. Loss of about 2. 13 carries so far for Dewey. And that is Wilson, number 5 in the slot over here on the right. 2 receivers to each side. Here's Gaston looking. Shoots one out there, and a great defensive play coming from behind. Thought he had an interception, but it was a great play there. Incomplete, and that brings up 4th and 5. Lane again have not been able to move the football. Best play of the second half offensively was the punt return. Ortiz and Clark will get good field position. Their receiver, they'll send only one back this time. Now comes the second one. And we'll check and see who came out with him. Jones is going to set up about the 33, but they got one at the 41, and that is Harris. Here's the punt, and they got a good rush. It's going to be a short one, and they'll triangulate the officials' will to see and mark it out of bounds. He wasn't able to punt it like he wanted to. He had to get it off or get it blocked. So Clark held after a great interception by McPhee. Short punt will put them in business. They say it went out on about the 34, so only a net of about 13, and so they start for the second time in a row in Lane College territory at the Lane 34, if my spot is right, and it looks more like it's going to be the 32 or 3. It's the 33. Trips left. One receiver to the right. They fake. They're going to hit. They throw the little screen out here. Running very hard and quickly is Young, and he is driven out of bounds. He's driven out by Gator. And chain crew, you got to hold the chain till the officials tell you to move it. Because, see, this thing is coming back. And the down marker person should never move until the officials beckon them. Football will go back to the 33. Now let's see what is going to happen. There's going to be a penalty marked off, so it'll still be first down. First down in about 20 or 21. That helps a little bit, but you got to hold them for 4 downs. Empty backfield. Wright's just going to run it. I don't think he ever had any intention. And I'm going to tell you what, the oohs and ahs are for a hit that you'll get to see on replay here in a minute. Boy, a pretty good hit coming down there. Shaw was one of them. Now another huddle. Let's see what's up with this one. Okay, the play stands. So to go to second down, going to respot the football at the 39. Second and 18. Wide side of the field to the left. Trips left. Guns one down, complete. And should have the first down at approximately the 20 or 21. And there is a Clark player down. We'll get a replay. It'll be a first down, though, for Clark Atlanta via the pass. .34 passes now for, there's going to be an injury timeout. The young man's getting up, and that's good. And that was Tolliver getting up. He scored a touchdown. Looks like a face mask penalty going to be assessed against Lane. And that will put it down. It should be first and goal. I think the nose of the football touching the 10, which means you cannot get a first down, because that would mean anything that touched the goal line would be. So it'll be first and goal from 10 yards out. .105 to go, as you can see on our great scoreboard clock, always provided by Worthy Roads as a production unit on JEA TV. 28-24 count going again. It'll be under a minute. Lane holding on to that precarious 4-point lead with not a whole lot of ability to move the football in the second half. They'll need to crank it up a stack to the left with the wideouts. More of a slot, and there was movement. Let's see. I think the Lane players had to help the officials there a little bit. Good call, gentlemen. It'll be 5, and that'll make it first and goal from the 15. Good job of the Lane young men helping point that out then. For those of you that are timekeepers in the afternoon, it's 4:53, but on our clock, what's important, 40 seconds left in the third quarter of play. After this 40 runs out, there'll be 15 minutes more. You can see illegal procedure. It'll cost Clark Atlanta 5 yards. First and goal from the 15 and a half. They have to put it as the 16. Again, they go with the stack to the left, 2 receivers to the right. They're going to give to the running back, Martin. He's going to get a couple of tough yards. A hat comes off, which should kill the play. And a good effort by Lane College. That looked like Gaither. He'll have to go out for a play. And coming into the game is number 59, who I believe that's the young man, we'll check, that made the great run. Short gain for Martin. We'll give him credit probably for more than he got. And that is the end of 3 quarters of play. With the clock run out, getting ready for the fourth, it's Lane 28, Clark Atlanta 24. We'll take a break on the JEA Lane College and Ball Game Blitz Network.
Jackson, Tennessee, 1887. The newspaper reported that the new electric light was greeted with shoutings and applause. The downtown crowd cheered the new electric streetlights. Today, clean water, sewage treatment, light, the warmth of natural gas, gig internet. We take it all for granted, but they represent decades of time, multiple millions of dollars in investments, and generations of skilled and dedicated employees, all the foundation of JEA today. Heating and air conditioning costs are over 50% of our average utility bills. Heating water, another 20%. 70% of our costs are basically for comfort. Utility costs are going up, and those inflation-driven costs may be with us for months. Whatever methods you use to conserve energy, those count more now than ever before. So when you set thermostats or use energy in any way, remember to take steps to conserve, saving your dollars at JEA today.
Back for fourth quarter action in Memphis, Tennessee at historic Crump Stadium. The traveling home, I think you might say, because we play some games at Lane down here. We'll be back at Lane Stadium. Some people know it at Rothrock for the next home game that Lane has. We'll tell you more about that a little later. 15 minutes of football left. It is 2nd and 13 after a 2-yard gain by Martin. It's Clark Atlanta's football, their 2nd and goal. So it'll be 13 yards to pay dirt, 13 yards between Lane and the goal line. Lane must come up with another big stop. McPhee had the big interception that wiped out a potential touchdown drive earlier. And I thought my seat had gotten a little hard. And what happened is my cushion came out of it. A lot of good things here at JEA. Hopefully you're seeing some great things that they do. Jackson Energy Authority. I have my internet and cable service with them, and you can see this game, and it'll be put up several times. This one will be a little bit of a tape delay, but we will have a lot of Lane football, like the 3 home games, including homecoming in Jackson, Tennessee. I think having to use my phone like it's a computer, and we'll check the Lane College schedule. Whistles blow by the officials, ready for the officials to bring the teams out, and they do. Going to be 2nd and goal from the 12, or actually closer to the 13. 3 receivers to the right for Clark. 1 man in the backfield with David Wright III. And they look like they have substituted and put David Martin back in there, or he's back in. Pender not in this situation. It'll be a single receiver to left. They may be, see if they're checking anything. They haven't wound the clock yet as far as the play clock. And Gaither still has to stay out for 1 play. That's Jackson, GL Jackson, that's in there for him. Boy, Lane needs a stop here. Making them kick a field goal would be very big. A man in motion, a jet sweep to the right with a couple of blockers out in front. And there are a couple of Lane defenders there, being Johnny on the spot. Malbro, one of them. We'll get a replay and see if we can pick up some more of those young men. We made him run east and west rather than north and south. Brings up 3rd and it's got to be 3rd and 13. Now they've changed the spotting, so there could be a first down on this. Amazing, because they had the chain stretched in the wrong place earlier. Check the tape. There's a pass out in the flat, and getting loose is Jamal Jones. You got to hold him up, and I think he's going to be short of a first down. .35 passes thrown. It's 4th down. They'll send Cabrera out there. Leonardo Cabrera, a very good kicker. Like I said, he has won a ball game. 4th down. They will plunk the football down at about the 14 with the 10 of the end zone. Makes it a 24-yard attempt. Closer to the left hash mark. The snap. It's down, it's up, it looks good, and the officials say it is. So a 24-yard field goal brings this to a 1-point game, 27-28, and we'll take a timeout on JEA.
From time to time, life may throw us a curveball. Even with the best of efforts, maintaining the essentials like utilities can be difficult. With UtiliCare, you can make a donation to help provide utility assistance to families right here in Jackson. Your contribution makes a difference for those families struggling to pay utility bills. Go online to learn more or donate. jaxenergy.com/UtiliCare.
My name is Mark Taylor. I'm the owner and president of Master Medical Equipment here in Jackson, Tennessee. As we've grown, our bandwidth needs have grown too. With E+ broadband, it's allowed us to do more things at once. So even though we're located here in West Tennessee, we have customers both out of the state, nationwide, and internationally that we use E+ broadband to communicate with. Email, online chat, telephone, however they prefer to communicate with us. And E+ broadband allows us to do that.
We're back as there's a battle of the bands, both bands ringing out here at the 13 and putting on a show in the stands. Great entertainment by both these teams' bands. I know more about the Lane band, like I said, have marched in many of the parades over the years. They always represent Lane College well. Next game for Lane will be at Kentucky State, the Thoroughbreds up there on October 5th. That's a road game. Then on October the 12th, Tuskegee University comes to town at Rothrock or Lane Field. Let's call it Lane Field. Then on Saturday the 19th, Central State University will come to town. And then on the 26th, I believe that's right, yeah, the 26th, we travel to Savannah State and mark November the 2nd. Edward Waters comes to town, and I think that is the game that will be homecoming. I'm sure Roger Ogden, who does such a great job, he and Derek Burrows, we appreciate them. And Darlette Samuels, if you're listening, we appreciate your help. Lost a tough one last week, 42-32 to at Miles College. We've been the road warriors, and even though this is our home game, it's really at a neutral site here on the fine historic Crump Stadium AstroTurf. It's also the home of the Central High Warriors, which again explains the big H in the center of the field. That's for high school because the education department here in Memphis told me many years ago that this was the first high school in Memphis. Evelyn back. He will set himself up at about the 9, and this is a squibber trying to make us fall on it, and wisely we do. And we'll get good field position out of it. That was Jackson. And Jackson did the right thing. So the Dragons need to get something going right here at their own 35-yard line. Best field position start in this half was their own 48. I see Gaston coming out. Let's see if Dewey is out there. Anthony Evelyn. We'll check the rest of them. There'll be an H-back, 2 wideouts to the right, a single wideout to the left here. That looks like Pitts. Clark's bringing 4 and trying to plug those holes. Dewey makes a hole after bending it back, gets down across the 40, and a nice run for a pickup of about 6 yards. And that was an important 6 yards right there, too. Brings him unofficially to a total of 99. And again, we apologize, but there was no Wi-Fi for the stat crew, and they're having to hand paper it, and they're not in the booth with us. And we're doing a one-man operation with no color man, so it's kind of tough on the stats. One receiver now to the right. They're going to try it again. It won't be a first down, but it'll be a positive yardage by Kalen Dewey. You'll get to see a replay of that one if the Lane does. The Lane gets up to that line of scrimmage very quickly. Dewey unofficially over the 100-yard mark. It's 3rd and 1. Dewey is hit in the backfield and driven back, and just they plugged every hole. The little Dutch boy plugging the dike in Holland to keep it from flooding in there didn't plug as many holes as Clark did that time. It's going to bring up 4th and about 3, 4th and 2.5 if you prefer. And it's going to be a punting situation for Ortiz as the clock goes under 12 minutes. 4th and 3, the ball is on the 43. 1 point lead by Lane College. And let's say it looks like they're going to send Jamal Jones, the speedster, back deep. Ortiz needs to hit a hard one. Let's see what kind of rush. I think they'll rush hard off of one side. There could be an outside rush off of this side. Those 3 blockers are going to have important because Clark got a great rush the last 2 times, and now they're bringing it hard from the left side of their defense. It's going to be a snap, and it's going to be short. That time we tried to run the football, catch them off guard. And anytime you see a lot of finger pointing by the defense, it's not ugly finger pointing. They're saying looks like a snap to one of the up backs. So Lane with their back against the wall again now. So they snapped it to one of the up men. You really got to sell it that you're punting hard, and I'm not sure that Clark Atlanta bought it. That means they're going to bring David Wright, the third back, out there. It looks like Pender's back in. They'll go trips right with 3 receivers over here. Press coverage on the furthest outside one. It's passing all the way here on this one, no doubt about it. Catch is made. That catch made by Harris. It'll be a first down by the pass. So they're moving the football. Unofficially, 12 first downs. And again, we apologize for not having the official stats. They're going to try Pender this time up the middle. Brown is in there. Also, he got some help that time. Shaw was in there. We're going to get to see a replay. If everybody's speeding up, so we'll get a short replay here, and we'll be back to live action. Watch the help. There was a young man on the bottom of the pile, too, that deserves credit. 2nd down. Approximately 8 to go. It's a long 8. Trips right. Spread out. They've got Tolliver, and Tolliver, that was like a vampire bites you in the neck. The hit right there, and if they would not tug on his jersey, I'll tell you who it was that made the hit for Lane College. And we'll have to check. That was Adrian Huey. What a hit. He looked like an unlicensed chiropractor making that hit. I used to have a guy I worked with called it, he bit him like a vampire. Well, he didn't bite him. He just tackled him nice and hard. Loss of about 3, maybe 4. Pender changing sides, wide side to the left where there's a 3-man stack. Lane did a good job with a little twist. They're going to rush. Brown is chasing. Will he get him? He gets the pass off, and Pender was wide open. He could have chewed a pack of gum and whistled any song you want, and he's going to get 12 yards and another first down. Holy cow. Did everything right except for cover Pender. 13th first down unofficially. .38 passes already in the contest for David Wright. Fresh legs coming in. We'll get the young man checked in a minute. Pistol formation. They're going to run the little screen pass to the left. He slips, but we had good coverage coming. Going to be a pickup of 4, maybe 5 yards. That is Armand White, number 90, that came in quickly. They give to Pender. He's trying to bow. He beat the man to the outside. Pender could go all the way, and he does. for Clark to take the lead. Checking for flags, I see none. 14-yard run by Pender for the touchdown.
Quarter.
14 yards at the 8-10 mark in the fourth quarter. We'll see what the count comes out. Cabrera, I'm sure, will come on, or will they go for two? They may go for two. And I think that's what's going to happen. I don't have my offensive coordinator's chart out that tells you if you lead by, say, 6 or 5, and I think it says go for 2, and that's what Clark Atlanta is going to do. And their coach is a new head coach there this year. Looks like Martin in the backfield. And everybody's got to get set or there would have been illegal motion. They're going to sprint left, looking to throw back against the grain. And I'm going to tell you what, going up and getting a good 2-point conversion catch was number 3. That's Harris. And we'll get a replay on that one. You'll see a fine pitch and catch. Score has gone to 35-28. Clark Atlanta is ahead. Let's take a timeout on JEA.
Say it and see it with voice control. Find your favorites faster across live, recorded, and streaming TV. Movies, shows, news, sports, music are just a voice command away. Show me action movies. Just for kids. Every result personalized based on viewing habits and time of day. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control. Tune to the Travel Channel. Say it, watch it. It's that easy with the power of voice control. Set up OnePass for the Warriors. Catch all the action with the power of voice control.
Back, and the second half has not been kind to Lane College. They led in this contest until the fourth quarter. At the 8:09 mark is when Clark Atlanta took the lead, then converted with a pass to Harris for the 2-point conversion. Wilson is coming out, and he's going to be deep. They have moved. Let's see if Clark Atlanta spots that they have moved Evelyn up to about the 15 in case they kick short. Now, Wilson's got good speed back there. Let's see where they're now. It's going to depend on, because they looked over to the bench to see. They'll find out what direction, where they want to kick it. I think they already had an idea coming out there how they were going to kick it. This time he tries to put the foot in it, keep it away from Anthony, and this will be Wilson trying the left side. He gets to the 20. There he's caught and driven back. About 3 men for Clark Atlanta got him. We'll see a replay on that. .41, David Howard, one of those that was in on it. Let's watch the return from about the 11. 41 came up there very quick, and 35, Carter Mason. 41 is David Howard, though. The pressure is on the Lane offense. The rain comes in, which doesn't help us any at all, even though this is an AstroTurf field. The ball is on the 20, and it is raining pretty good right now. Passing play. Gaston looks, has to sprint to his right, being pursued. May pull it down, and he's going to throw it out of bounds in the general vicinity of one of our guys. thought he might run the football, but it's incomplete. Well, they did mark off yardage, so they evidently got him for grounding, but I thought he was outside unless we held. I was not watching. This one's longer than the penalty, so a penalty puts it back while I was trying to. It'll still be first down. We'll take the incompletion off of the stats, but it's going to be 2nd and 20. We'll have the ball snapped to us at the 5-yard line. Hard 5-man rush give that time to Dewey. He'll get some of it back, but not what we needed, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Unofficially has 104 yards. Kenny coming in. Dewey limping off the field. Pitts down here to the bottom. 16 is Barbarian. Back to pass, and we've got a change in quarterback. Running it and getting some yards, about 5. We'll check our depth chart. I just picked up on the change. That's Nigel Johnson. With 6:56 and counting. Big play for Lane College. Wide side of the field, beat to the left. Well, they brought it back again. Now let's see what they're marking off. Marking off a penalty. No, or putting it. Very interesting with this. Let's check and see which down this is. It is about 13 yards from a first down, no matter what down it is. Down marker still got third, so it's 3rd and 13 with Johnson in at quarterback. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Kenny in the backfield with Johnson. 4 men are coming hard, and they just teeing off. Here's the pass up in the air. It's fought for and received, caught. There's a flag down. We'll see what the call is. But catching the football was Santel. Are they going to call pushing off on our receiver, offensive pass interference? Now let's look at the replay and we'll see if we can pick it up. A lot of contact out there, and only the officials know for sure. They moved the stakes again. They're not at the right spot. Then they had to go back and reset. But you saw the flag come out, and now conference is trying to decipher and get a feel for what really happened. Now they get the stake back close to right. Lane's going to lose about a quarter of a yard, maybe a half yard. Now let's see if there's a mark-off for an offensive foul, meaning Lane College committed a foul, and they did. Should be, and it's a half the distance to the goal line foul. Puts Lane in 3rd down at about a $2 cab ride, or $3 cab ride. Actually, it's more than that. The Uber will cost you about $20. 3rd and about 24. Penalty hurt at inopportune times. Johnson's still in at quarterback. 4 receivers to the right of the formation, empty backfield. It's a bunch. A diamond actually is the way it's configured. 1 receiver to the right of the formation. They're shifting people out here. Only 3 are going to rush. Johnson throws it up in the air, and a lot of body contact, but they say no harm, no foul. Interesting. That'll bring up 4th down with 6:07 to go. And out of the shadow of his own goal line, punting will be Ortiz. Marcelo Ortiz from Los Angeles, California. He's been a busy young man, especially here in the second half. Lane's got to punt it, hold them, get the football back with enough time to score, and then there will be an all-important kick for 1 point or 2 if they can get that score. High end-over-end punt, not deep. It'll hit about the 44. It bounces straight up in the air. Get a slight roll towards the 50. Now a good roll back to about the 48-yard line of Clark, Atlanta. Ortiz got it up high where there was no return. And it's at the Clark, Atlanta 48. 6 minutes even in this contest. Tolliver will be the man closest to us. Clark, Atlanta leads by 7. Lane got to play some serious defense now. They go with 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up defensive ends. They fake it, they flush right, but he's got a receiver that just basically posted up about the 42-yard line and gets down to about the 38. We'll get a replay on that one. It's a first down. They place it down on the 40, a 12-yard pickup, and that is 41 passes, I believe, thrown. Yes. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They hand to Pender. He ducks one man, gets through the hole. And we tackle him high, and he's going to carry us down to about the 22-yard line. So a pickup of 18 and another first down. Unofficially about 80 yards for Pender, and he may be a yard or 2 short because, again, I was expecting stats from the stat crew. And they have their Wi-Fi failed them tonight. Young in the slot, or that's Jones actually. Jones and Tolliver to this side, a slot to the left side of the formation. Pender, the only man in the backfield, as we're under 4 minutes, as you can see on our clock. 3 steps out to Jones, who's got good speed. And he gets across the 20, it looks like, and they'll place it down probably about the 18. Looks like a pickup of about 6. Wright using the short drop. Jones has the speed at any time. He could take it all the way. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Now they had to send Harris out there to the wideout. He did not get the play, so now everybody's got it for them. Pistol. They give to Pender, trying to skirt, and Pender is going to be dependent on that spot, but I would say he probably got it. Yes, he did. Unofficially, he's got 85 yards, but that's the 16th first down, and that clock is going to be wound and running in just a minute. There's a timeout been called. We'll take a timeout with Clark, Atlanta leading Lane College Dragons 35-28. We'll be back on the JEA network.
What is Plume? Plume spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Pods plug straight into the wall. No messy cables. They spread the internet from your existing modem to every corner of your home at full speed. Plume doesn't just make your Wi-Fi faster. It intelligently adapts to your environment and manages your Wi-Fi 24/7 based on insights like the number and types of devices you have connected. Plume. Worry-free Wi-Fi. What is Plume? Plume spreads Wi-Fi across your entire home. Plume is up and running right away. From now on, your Plume membership is there to ensure your network is always at peak performance. It keeps your network up to date and optimized. You'll also get perks like parental controls, full visibility into speed and performance, and simple and secure guest access. With your membership comes superb customer support and service. Plume, worry-free Wi-Fi.
First and 10 at the 13, wide side of the field for the Panthers to the right. They go short side with the slot. They're going to give to Pender. He bounces it outside. He gets a couple of tough yards. Lane over there quickly, but we got to have stops, got to hold them here. And if they go for a field goal, we'd almost have to block it. And that is 26 for us. McPhee, who's played a game, has an interception. McPhee with a nice tackle. Pickup of 3, it looks like, or 2.5, really. 88 yards unofficially on 10 carries for Pender. Slot right, single receiver to the left. Tight end is to the right. They're going to give to Pender again. Had one man get through and get a handful of jersey, and he'll get some help with an assist. 45 Irving on the tackle. We'll get a replay, and you'll see the other young man come up and hit him. Say Brown down there. There's a timeout called on the field with 2:53, and with Clark Atlanta leading 35-28, we'll take a timeout with them.
Oh, you're not going to believe this.
What's going on?
The neighbors got hacked again.
Weird. We never get hacked.
Nope. No, we don't. Smart devices make our lives better, but they're also susceptible to hackers. That's why Plume helps identify when a device is acting strange.
You mean like talking to itself for no reason?
I'm talking to the audience.
With E Plus broadband and Watch TV everywhere, you can now take your TV on the go. Just visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to sign up. Then you're all set to catch your favorite shows, movies, and sports wherever and whenever you want on any internet-connected device. Choose from our growing selection of networks from your cable package at no extra charge. Visit WatchTVEverywhere.com to learn more. It's easy to sign up for E Plus broadband's TV Everywhere.
Snapped a right handoff to Pender. He's just running it forward to line up. I think they'll kick a field goal on 4th down. They may not. I need to stay out of coaching. 35-28. Clock still running at 2:40 and counting, as you can see. And it looks like Cabrera is coming on the field. Leonardo Cabrera, their fine kicker. Lane has played a whale of a ball game, got a little tired, couldn't get anything going in the second half offensively, not consecutively. And Cabrera, well, they'll plunk the football down. Let's see if they put it down to 15 or the 16. We're going to call it the 16. That'll make it, or actually it's the 16. That'll make it a 26-yard attempt. It looks good. Let's see, though, and it is good. I thought it did. And so from 26 yards, Cabrera gives them a little cushion to their lead here in the 4th quarter. And it's 38-28. Lane College has to score twice. Time on the clock, 1:59. That one from 26 yards out, and we'll take a quick timeout here on the Jackson Energy Authority Network.
I'm Mark Taylor. I'm the owner of Renew Biomedical Services based out of here in Jackson, Tennessee. We're a provider of biomedical services for medical professionals. At Renew Biomedical, our use of telecom is of utmost importance. We have to reach our customers in a timely fashion so we can diagnose and service their equipment needs. So E Plus Broadband allows Renew Biomedical to connect effectively with our customers in whichever way they choose, via email, phone, Skype, teleconferencing, in any way you can imagine.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E Plus Broadband. Thank you, E Plus Broadband.
We are back as the wheels are turning. The officials are conferring. Now, I am checking the scoreboard. I have 38-28 because it was 35-28 when Pender scored his touchdown at the 1:59 mark. Cabrera kicked a field goal. That should make it 38 now. They adjust the scoreboard. Less than 2 minutes. You see it on our clock here on your screen here on JEA and the ball game blitz, Lane College football. Lane is behind by 10. They've got a minute and 59 to put a touchdown in the end zone and then get a field goal, or they could put a touchdown, go for 2, and a field goal would win it with 11 points, but you got to have 2 scores is the bottom line. We'll see how they deploy our runners, our kick return people. Looks like 5, Wilson. Wilson will be the deepest man. In front of him by about 10 to 12 yards, about 10 now, probably is Evelyn. I can't see the number, but let's see where they try to kick it away. They get signaled in once they get out there and get a look at how we're returning. This one's the line drive. They want an up man to pick it up, and it's going to be picked up. And it took so long, but a nice juke getting by people and running out of bounds is Wilson. And the young man did a good job to get some nice yardage out of it and still get the clock stopped. Take a look at the replay, and you'll see him look like the Artful Dodger down there. And all they're trying to do is keep that ball away from Evelyn. Watch the cut there. That's one of those cuts where you stop on a dime and leave 9 cents change. Football will be in play somewhere around the 23 if we can get the. And it is, we'll say the 23. Important drive here, got to score quickly. Flushing Johnson out of the pocket, and there'll be a sack back there by one of the Clark linemen. And kind of limping as he gets up is 31 for Clark. Do not have my roster, does not have his number on it that I have. 3 down linemen to rush. They'll use a contained linebacker outside. Johnson wants to crank it up, runs. There's a hole up the middle. He'll get hit, and that's one of those I'm going to bump you down hits. And getting him down was Eric Searcy, who's had some hard hits tonight. Johnson 3rd and 5 or 5.5. Here's an out, in and out. In the rain, there is enough rain, and it's going to bring up 4th and 5. And at 52 seconds, Lane has to go for it. Well, the down marker says 3rd and 5, so let's see what they do with it. They're turning it. They may be adjusting it. Possession down here for Lane College. Johnson at quarterback. Throws it, and he's got Anthony Evelyn and a great pitch and catch. First down for Lane. Ball overthrown. It would have been out of bounds anyway, intended for Pitts. Carl Pitts pinned up against that sideline. 1 for 4 throwing for Johnson. Got to move those stakes. You only got 37 seconds left in this contest. Got to score quick, come back onside kick, and score again. 2 men in the backfield one with Johnson. He's the second. Treps right. Gets 3-man rush. Those outside linebackers, though, look hungry for Clark. A little delayed rush and watch. In and out of the hands of the receiver, Santel over the middle, stopping the clock with 33 seconds. 2nd and 10. He was open, but there's just enough slickness out there to keep you. You got to really almost use the bread basket and the hands together to pull things and catch them in. See, Wilson wide to this side. Young man got speed, and they're backing off of him. They're playing too deep with their prevent defense. They're going to rush 3 hard. The outside linebackers are going to watch the flats and stuff. Johnson flushed out of the pocket. He's got to run with it. He will lean forward, get down, and get a first down and into their territory. The trouble is the clock is still running. We've only got 1 timeout left. Let's see what we do with it. You can spike it very quickly. Clock running now with 20 seconds. We're going to run the play and not spike it and stop it. It was a first down. Johnson dumps it out here. Hits the shoulder pads. It's not a fumble. It's an incomplete pass. Eight ticks left on the clock. You got to have a Hail Mary and hope you got some time left on the clock. Or either somebody's got to do some razzle-dazzle, hip-turning, hip-churning movement and score. And with only 8 seconds from this distance, you got to be about a 4.5 sprinter on a 40. Maybe 4.4. Johnson back, looking. Gets pushed up towards the front, dumps it off, and it's incomplete with 2 seconds left. It's intended for Wilson. You know, this is where you wish you had the old stick-em you'll see on the replay. Steps up, spots the receiver that could have stepped out of bounds and would have had at least 1 tick, 2 ticks possibly on it. But it goes through the hands, and like I say, we're playing with wet ball. This will be the last play. They ran it down to 1. Interesting. 1 second left. This will be the last play of the ball game. Lane would love for pride. They'll go with a 5-out situation. Safeties for Clark Atlanta back about the 14-yard line, their own 14 yards away from the goal. So do you throw the Hail Mary and hope for a penalty? No, there's going to be a sack to end this ball game. And 91, who is a very good player for them, does an excellent job. He ends this contest. That's Cleveland, who had a big sack earlier. And the final score of this contest is 38 for Atlanta Clark Panthers, 28 for the Lane College Dragons. We'll take a timeout and come back and wrap this game up. We'll have some highlights for you. Let's take that timeout.
I'm Dr. Keith H. Taylor, owner and CEO of the Mid-South Dental Implant and Oral Surgery Center, where we specialize in dental implants and full mouth rehab for patients that have congenital defects, special needs community, and as well as the elderly. This room is an actual functioning surgical suite that gives us the capability of performing procedures normally performed at the hospital. All the technology available in this room was made possible by E+ Broadband. Thank you, E+ Broadband.
Tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to try to get a few unofficial stats together. You see the good sportsmanship by the young men out there. Our great replay operator, Adriana, is going to, and she's going to give you a little storybook picture than individual. It'll run from one to the next on the highlights, and we'll silence ourselves and let you see the highlights of this game between Clark Atlanta and Lane, which Clark has won. But here's the highlights. Lane's first touchdown by Dewey. That came at the 10-minute mark. PAT would be good after that. Clark will come back and tie it up on this pass play. And that's Tolliver in the back of the end zone. They will kick their extra point. Both kickers, very good extra point and field goal men. There at 11-17, it's Lane. This is a touchdown run by Dewey, Kylan Dewey. The next highlight you will see will be a Lane touchdown pass. This one will be a great run and catch by Evelyn. He took this one 70 yards approximately. The extra point was good, and at that point, Lane led 21-7. Now, I'll remind you, all of Lane's scoring was in the first half. One more highlight from Lane at the 4:16 mark. This will be the kickoff return of 84 yards. This is Jamal Jones for Clark. And that will make it, I believe, 21-14 at that point in the game in the second quarter. Back to Lane College. You see Gaston back. He flips it and a 17-yard touchdown run as Kylan Dewey does a great job hustling. The extra point was good. And at that point, it was 28-14. You see a field goal that's good. This will be a pass play from right, and that will hit number 3 for them. That's Harris. Here's Wright again going for the corner of the end zone, and a great interception right there by McPhee. That young man had a good ball game. He had several key hits, played some pretty fair pass defense. I'm sure the coaching staff appreciates his. We're back to Clark Atlanta. They give to Pender. Pender got outside leverage. He's strong, bowling ball type guy, and he scores on the touchdown. And then I believe we are coming up. This one is a catch in the back of the end zone. That's Harris. And that is the end of our replay. I believe that was the good 2-point conversion replay. What a job by our crew they have done. I would give you more stats in the following weeks of home games that JEA and Worthy Road Studios and the Ball Game Blitz will do for Lane College. I won't trust the Wi-Fi and internet. It was not our fault. This was Wi-Fi in Memphis. It was the Stat Crew's Wi-Fi. And we had a smaller booth to operate out of. And with our great replay equipment and things like that, we didn't have enough room for me to get one of my stat sheets out and keep a good stat line on this. Lane College, in losing today, still has one victory, but their team fought hard, and I hope and pray that the Lane College faithful, they fall to 1-3 overall, 1-2 in the conference. Hopefully you will still pat these young men on the back. They gave you a great first half. Couldn't get some things, and a lot of passes slid through some hands and stuff, and you can't blame him. But anytime there's moisture, and we played a dry first half in parts of the third quarter, and then it started just enough rain to make a mess, or some people like to say a loblolly. Clark Atlanta remains undefeated at 4-0-1, I believe. They are now 2-0 in the SIAC conference. I want to thank Athletic Director Derek Burrows, Assistant Athletic Director and all-around good guy Roger Ogden. I want to thank Darlette Samuels, Miss Darlette, we appreciate the help you gave us. And we want to thank the administration of both schools, the presidents and vice presidents and all the administration from both schools. Thank both teams for putting on a very good football game. And, of course, we want to thank JEA for helping bring you this. And you can see some of the great participants today. Our executive producer is Paul Schultze. It's directed by my good buddy, my man on Friday nights, Christopher Reasons, who is one of the best in the world. Play-by-play announcer is Coach Joe Holloway. We'll mention him again in a minute. But the cameras were Paul Schultze and Billy Boland II. Billy gave you some good field level shots. He has worked hard, and of course, we appreciate our outstanding replay operator, Adriana Boland, and we will remind you that any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Jackson Utility Division and Worthy Road Studios and Lane College is strictly prohibited. You must get a written permission because these broadcasts are in a position where the FCC would step in. So any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Ballgame Blitz, Worthy Road Studios, and especially the Jackson Energy Authority is prohibited. For all of a great crew, for Lane College and their coaches, administrators, and for the Clark Atlanta team,